up at night. I learned from my mistakes in the past. I keep putting myself in contention and hope that it will work out for me the next time around. Feels good about the car, the draft. Feels good about the speed and handling. Let's see if today's the day Ryan gets it done.
All right, what's up, everybody? How are we doing? And welcome, racing fans, to another episode here of Tim Reynolds Show's live play-by-play for the 2026 NASCAR Cup Series. And today, we've got the Great American Race. It's the 2026 Daytona 500, baby. Let's go. Guys, it should be an interesting live stream here today. Hope you guys are ready for some racing, boys, here on Tim Reynolds Show. Woo-hoo! All right, let's make sure we've got everything up and running the way we want to here, folks. Hope you guys are doing well. Heck yeah, heck yeah. All right, get that volume down. Live chat going good. Heck yeah. What is up, everybody? Okay, so we get ready here. We'll go over the starting lineup. Get things started here, folks. All right. Looks like we are up and running. Good to know. Good to know. All right. Okay, guys, so let's go over our starting lineup here in the Daytona 500, and we see Kyle Busch will be starting on the pole here today in the number 8 Chevrolet for RCR Racing. We will see Chase Briscoe on the front row at the number 2 position here in the number 19 Toyota for Joe Gibbs Racing. Joey Logano will start third in the number 22 Ford Mustang. Chase Elliott, who's my pick to win today here in the Daytona 500, he's going to start in the 4th position. Ryan Blaney in the number 12 Ford Mustang for Penske Racing will start 5th. We see Carson Hocevar will start 6th in his number 77 Chevrolet. Austin Dillon for RCR Racing will start in the 7th position in his number 3 Chevrolet. Kyle Larson will start 8th in the number 5 Chevrolet for Hendrick Motorsports. We also see here Brad Keselowski will start 9th in his number 6 Ford Mustang for RFK Racing. And Michael McDowell rounds out the top 10 as the number 71 Chevrolet will start on the 10th position. So thank you guys for hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show. Keith, what's going on, brother? Hope you're doing well. Hope everyone's doing good here on Tim Reynolds Show. All right, everybody, hear me okay? Hope everyone's doing all right. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show. And you see there, guys, we'll have the tracker going here alongside as we get ready for the race here, guys. And don't forget, guys, how important the draft is here. As you see, car number 1 going almost 190 miles an hour with 90 to 100% throttle. When you go about 5 or 6 cars back in that draft, they've only got to go about 50 to 60% throttle with way less miles per gallon and still going the same speed. So we'll see what happens here, and this is what's really big about the fuel game here in this one, guys. As we see here, 2 seconds faster is the cars in the back of the draft that don't have to worry about refueling too early. All right, guys, let's get ready. We're cracking open a cold one here. Daytona, baby. Let's go. It's Tim Reynolds Show. Woo! Yeah. Let's go.
To green.
All right, we're getting ready to get things kicked off here, everybody. I appreciate y'all hanging out on Tim Reynolds Show. Shout out to my boy Keith here hanging out. What's going on, everybody? Heck yeah, heck yeah. All right, we're moments away from getting things kicked off here, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you will enjoy the live stream with us here today. Martin, what's going on, brother? How are we doing? And don't forget, guys, we've got 200 laps here today, 500 miles here. Stage 1 will be 65 laps. Stage 2 will be 65 laps as well. And the final stage will be 70 laps here at Daytona for the Daytona 500. All right, guys, so a few cars had to move to the back of the field due to having to make a bunch of changes here. So we'll see how that plays out for a lot of these drivers. But here at Daytona, man, it could be anybody's race to win, whether you're starting in the back or starting in the front. What's up, Martin? He says, how long to go for the race? 3 hours, maybe? Yeah, usually the race lasts about that long. Sometimes it can be a little shorter if we get green flag racing throughout the matchup here.
You're not in a rhythm. You haven't been racing.
All right, we're getting things shuffled up here, guys.
The most sponsors you'll have, the most guests you'll have, and this place is absolutely slammed with people. So, a lot of
oh yeah, got that right. Slammed with people. Heck yeah, guys. Come on, let's go. Hope you guys are liking the live stream setup here. Got some NASCAR memorabilia. We're here on my computer camera doing a live stream here for the first time instead of doing the vertical live stream.
You know he's going to go for a ride, though, Kurt. I tell you what, might line up behind him. Try their hand, huh? Can't trust that guy. You know, you're so right. 10,000 fans in this infield. I've been here all week long. We've been blessed with a beautiful week of weather. It has been an awesome.
All right, thank you guys for hanging out on the channel. Don't forget to please hit that like button and subscribe to Tim Reynolds Show. We are just moments away from green flag racing here for the 2026 Daytona 500. It's the Great American Race, and the NASCAR Cup Series is back, baby, and let's go. We're ready and hyped up here for this race here today, this afternoon, from the Sunshine State of Florida. And look at that, guys. It's Bart Simpson. They're going to wave the green flag here today for the Daytona 500. And we are moments away from racing here for the Great American Race.
2 by 2
And as the pace car gets ready to drive off the field here, the cars are ready here in the NASCAR Cup Series. As we head into the restart zone,
Here they come. Bart Simpson with the green flag.
the green flag is out, and boogity, boogity, boogity! Let's go racing, boys! Yeah, and we are underway here for the NASCAR Cup Series 2026 Daytona 500. And we're side by side here getting into turn number 1. Now it's going to take a couple of laps for these cars to get warmed up and up to speed here. But we're seeing already a group out front separating themselves. Kyle Busch leading in his Chevrolet. They're on the inside lane. We've got Chase Briscoe on the outside there in his number 19 Toyota Camry. Behind them, we've got Chase Elliott behind Briscoe in his number 9 Chevrolet, and Joey Logano in his number 22 Ford Mustang. Coming out of turn number 4 here as these cars finally get up to speed. We're side by side, 2 by 2, all the way back to about the 20th position here. So already one lap done here in the Daytona 500, and it's a little windy out here, which could play big into how the draft plays for these drivers. And already seeing a top lane form here as we've got 3 wide in the back here at this Daytona 500 race. And Kyle Busch still out in front as he gets a big push here, and he's now in front of 2 lanes as we've got 3 lanes, 3 wide here down the backstretch at Daytona International Speedway. And we see Kyle Busch takes the middle lane here in front of Chase Briscoe. The number 19 Toyota has got the number 9 Chevrolet of Chase Elliott behind him. And we see Kyle Busch takes the bottom lane, jumping in front of Joey Logano in the number 22 Ford Mustang. Right behind him is Ryan Blaney in the number 12 Penske Mustang. As we see teammates working together there as Logano tries to get himself a nice push towards the front. And now we've got an inside lane working here to go 3 wide into the first corner here on Daytona. And how about Dale Earnhardt, guys? A 7-time Cup Series champion, the 1998 Daytona 500 winner with 34 career wins at Daytona as we put the threes up, ladies and gentlemen. The threes up for the great, the Intimidator, Dale Earnhardt Jr. Love this, man. Look at everybody with the threes up, man, as the cars come back down the front stretch. So cool. So cool. Thank you, Dale. Thank you, Dale. There we go, baby. And now we're back to the action here. Kyle Busch in the lead, but we see Brad Keselowski has made his way towards the front row here in the second position as Kyle Busch has to go all the way to the top of the racetrack to block Chase Briscoe in that number 9 Toyota. But now here comes Keselowski in his number 6 Ford Mustang now in the middle of the lane. That middle lane getting a nice push here, but Kyle Busch able to hold on to the lead down the backstretch. We're here on lap number 4. And now we see here a big push on the bottom. That's Eric Jones, I believe. No, it's Nemechek. Number 42 in his Toyota Camry has just taken over the lead from Kyle Busch. And he got a beautiful push there by the number 97 Chevrolet of Chase Van Gisbergen as he pushed Nemechek all the way to the front of this pack. And now Kyle Busch drops back in the second position as we see the number 28-year-old John Hunter Nemechek in his 4th year in the Cup Series, driving in that number 42 Toyota Camry for Legacy Motorsports, and he's got the lead going down the backstretch here on lap number 5 of the Daytona 500. Kyle Busch now in the second place position, but there's Shane Van Gisbergen. Oh, and Kyle Busch tries to go low, but a block there by Nemechek. And a nice block there by the number 42 Toyota. And Kyle Busch now working to the top here. Oh, we've got a car spinning around in our first caution of the day. It's the number 78 Chevrolet. And one of those open teams, that's McDowell, who is able to get in this race. And oh no, there's also number 66 Casey Mears in his Ford Mustang. And unfortunately for him, looks like he's got some damage on that right front side of that number 66 Ford Mustang. Heck yeah, what's going on there, Mr. Fulton?
National Series, and he'll get there. Tough break for McLeod.
I think you're on it with that right rear area.
Not at all.
Something broke with no brakes.
And how about that BJ McLeod, who's had almost 150 career Cup Series starts. We see the replay here and how he spun out to bring out the caution. And on the outside here, number 78, it looks good. And oh, just gets loose right there. And oh no, number 40 and the number 24 get in the middle of that wreck. They're able to drive off, but they're definitely going to have some damage. So two Chevrolets get caught up, as you see here. The number 78 just literally breaks loose. Something must have broke on the car. And unfortunately there, because of that, we see the number 40 of Justin Allgaier and his Chevrolet get mixed up in that. And also the back-to-back Daytona 500 champion, William Byron, gets caught up in that wreck too. He's able to drive away, but there's going to be a little bit of damage to that front bumper of the number 24. So we'll have to see what happens here after these commercial breaks. What's up, Blaze Machine? How we doing, brother? Let's go, Carson Hocevar. Heck yeah, man. That's what I'm talking about. All right, thank you guys for hanging out here on the channel. We're trying to keep you guys up to date with what's going on here on the race. See if we can get this to start working again on the leaderboard times. There we go. Okay, maybe still a little too wide. All right, thanks for being patient with me, guys. You could see a little new here with this particular technology. Oh man, looks like I can't keep it that small. Can we get the track back up here? I think we can. Okay. Maybe not. Sorry about that, guys. Just trying to get the race tracker up here. I may need to widen this just slightly to keep it going here, it looks like. No, I'm sorry for the delay, guys. Hope you guys are doing good. We're here in a caution, 7 laps in, on stage number 1. All right, I think we got it there. Now keeps on doing it. And look at that, William Byron there trying to get some of that damage repaired as the pit crew takes a look at that number 24 here.
When you see that fender kind of buckled right there over that right front tire, that's a pretty solid shot. So it's definitely not going to put him out of the race, but he's going to give them feedback on where his steering wheel is, and that'll give them some idea of what they need to check if his steering wheel is not where it was supposed to be when the race started.
They're going to check the toe here. Let's take another look at what put us under caution. Well, obviously, we'll go back to let's see. There's if I can get it. There it is. William Byron back here behind McLeod. McLeod goes around to 40, hits the wall too. Justin Allgaier, he hits it, but you see with that right front, William Byron hit pretty hard, and then you'll see in the back lower right with Noah having a lot of trouble with his left rear. They stack up. I would say the front damage from Casey Mears was probably in the back of Noah. It can happen fast, and that's a product of starting in the back.
Well, and these are the types of things that you just can't plan for. You want to control all the things that you can control, but in William Byron's case, it's a tough scenario. You saw some smoke.
See it on fire.
Saw some smoke right there out of the 78 car, and then boom, around goes that car.
Whatever that was.
Man, William Byron and the number 40 of Allgaier just gets out of the way of that particular wreck there by the number 78 McLeod. And thank goodness this wasn't a bigger wreck, man. McLeod looks like something just broke on his car early on in this race, and that's a tough break there. That's an open team who doesn't get often a chance to compete in these type of NASCAR races here, guys.
I hear you, Jeff. That's a tough one. Pit road will be open now to damage to Casey Mears, Tyler Reddick, Noah Gregson, as well as William Byron, Justin Allgaier, and B.J. McLeod.
Well, this is dangerous right here, Mike. When you have all these cars on pit road doing quick fuel stops like this, some will be at the beginning of pit road, some of them won't, and this is a big chance for contact.
The leader stayed out.
All right, so we're seeing a lot of cars come to the pits here. Number 42, the leader, Nemechek does. Looks like they're all going to probably try to top off here on fuel, which is probably a good strategy. You know, you can go ahead and take a pit stop here and not lose a lap at Daytona. So it looks like a lot of teams choosing to top off with some gas here early on, and we'll see how the race outside of the pits plays out here. Logano gains 4 spots. We see Josh Berry as well gain 4 spots, and so did Denny Hamlin, and that's the top 10 there coming out of the pit crew. And oh man, interesting choice here. Ryan Preece's crew taking new tires. So we'll see how that plays out here. We're only 9 laps in to the Daytona 500 here, guys. We're under our first caution of the day as we try to get things going here, guys. Appreciate y'all hanging out on Tim Reynolds Show. All right, kind of cool not having to worry about doing it on my phone here, guys, but I appreciate y'all. If y'all have any questions, any shout outs you guys would like to make in the live chat, let me know here on Tim Reynolds Show. Appreciate y'all. All right, look at that, guys. Already reached 7 likes on the live stream. Appreciate y'all. Let's make sure we keep it going. Keep it going. Yeah. All right, just waiting to get ready back to racing here after our first caution of the day. The number 78 Chevrolet of McDowell, unfortunately, or I should say, yeah, number 78, 78, that car is now no longer going to be in the race, unfortunately, as we're looking at things here, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out on Tim Reynolds Show. Let me know, guys, do you hear everything okay? Number 78 Chevrolet of McDowell, unfortunately, or I should say, yeah, number 78, 78. And look at the beautiful Daytona International Speedway there at Daytona Beach, Florida. I've got to go to a couple races there, guys. It is a hell of an experience. I hope you guys get to experience that at some point in y'all's lives. And we see fuel strategy here. Never pass up an opportunity to fill up and leave pit road completely full of gas anytime that you can.
I'd like to update the 24. William Byron been to pit road 3 times already under this caution. First 2 times was to work on the toe, make sure that they tried to get that as straight as possible, and then there was a little bit of damage repair as well. But this veteran team, well organized by Rudy Fugler, all members returned from last season. It looked very organized down here in the way that they performed it. He did say it's wandering just a little bit as he got back up to speed. Jamie?
Well, Regan on the pace lap, Shane Van Gisbergen came over the radio and said his heeled booties, these things were coming undone, and they had to ask NASCAR if they could come down pit road. They took them both off, and he started where he qualified. Now, so often you hear how hot these race cars are, especially along the floorboard. And Kevin, you drove these cars. How important are these heel booties?
Well, I never wore them in these cars because the floorboards were always so much cooler. And, you know, I think as we went through the years, you couldn't even race these cars without those booties. So not sure what the issue is. I know sometimes that they if you don't wear them in practice, sometimes the height of the pedal becomes wrong.
All right, thank you guys for hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show. Don't forget to please hit that like button and subscribe.
But if you're gonna race with them, you better practice with them to make sure that you like them.
Well, now all but one car has pitted. The pole sitter Kyle Busch decided to stay out, so he has 8 laps or 10 laps now less fuel than everybody else. Everybody else has been on pit road for at least a splash. Now the radio in Kyle's car, well, it's been busy.
Just a reminder for you too, that crosswind is big time off of 4. It's going from 2 to 4, so that's where your biggest issue is. Just keep that in the back of your mind.
Just remind the 42 what lap it is. I've had to lift 3 times to not up his that. Come on.
Know who's in it. That's all. Great car here. Is doing a great job. Just we worry about us. You're doing fine.
Well, he's already frustrated, and we've heard that a lot out of Kyle Busch before, and he's speaking of John Hunter Nemechek in the 42 cars. So it might work out, and sometimes it doesn't. But man, you hate to be on a strategy that the whole field is not on.
Definitely, tensions are high. I mean, you can hear it in his voice. You don't want him to do that. When you lift, it stacks everybody up, and it's a really good opportunity to cause a wreck. Well, they've decided in favor of track position. Kyle Busch will lead them to green. Joey Logano on the inside of that yellow Ford next to Busch's green Chevrolet. 2 Toyotas in the second row, Briscoe and Nemechek.
All right, here we go, guys. As we're getting ready to get in the restart zone here, and the green flag is out, and we are back racing here at Daytona International Speedway. Joey Logano in the number 22 Ford Mustang alongside the number 8 Chevrolet of Kyle Busch. As they get a push into turn number 1, we've got some aggressive racers here, starting out here on this restart with 12 laps in to the stage number 1. And we see here Nemechek right behind Logano. They've got that bottom lane really organized, but that top lane's got a lot more cars in it.
Yeah, and it's a lot easier at this point in the race.
And now Logano takes a push towards the front here. That number 22 Ford Mustang getting a big push by the number 42 Toyota there by Nemechek. And now Joey Logano up to the top side. Gets in front, slides in front of Kyle Busch's number 8 Chevrolet. And he has the lead here at Daytona. And now dropping down to the bottom as Kyle Busch takes an aggressive line. And now he's going to go ahead and contend for the lead once again. A big push there by the number 19 of Briscoe. And now Kyle Busch is leading the Daytona 500 here down the backstretch. And that number 8 Chevrolet there on that top lane that's now working into that middle lane there down the backstretch. And Chase Briscoe's been a very good pusher here at these speedway tracks. As we see some movement down near the back. That bottom row's only got 4 cars, with the top row having at least 8. So we'll see how that plays out. But Logano able to retake the lead, coming across the finish line here. With 15 laps down, 65 laps here in stage number 1. So now Logano steps in front of Kyle Busch here on that top lane. And that lane definitely has way more people together in it. Kyle Busch aggressively pushing that back bumper of the number 22 Ford Mustang. And that will give Busch an opening here as we get into turn number 3. But Nemechek coming on the bottom here. He's got a nice push. Brad Keselowski right behind him. And now Nemechek is going to take over the lead coming down the front stretch here on lap number 15. And a beautiful push by Brad Keselowski, pushing that number 42 Toyota Camry to the lead. But now Joey Logano's right there, right next to the leader, with Kyle Busch pushing behind him. That number 8 Chevrolet has been fast. That's why he won the pole for the Daytona 500 here in qualifying earlier this week.
But sooner or later, they will find each other and work together, especially once we get closer to the next pit stop.
AJ McLeod checked and released at the Advent Healthcare Center. He is the only driver out of the race from that lap 5 crash. The first and so far only yellow of the day. Coming to start lap 16. And there are 5.
And now Nemechek's got the lead. Brad Keselowski right behind him as Logano and Busch still fall back. But here comes Josh Berry in the number 21 Ford Mustang, making a big run to get the lead back here.
For the championship, he was champion of what's now the O'Reilly Series and the Craftsman Truck Series on his way up to NASCAR's Premier Series. We lost Greg and his family and some friends in a plane crash Christmas week. With all of the hurricane relief work he did in western North Carolina.
And hey guys, rest in peace to the late great Greg Biffle.
Statewide and beyond.
Alright, this isn't gonna work like that, unfortunately, so we'll just have to keep it like this, guys. Sorry about that. Hope it doesn't ruin the broadcast here. And we see here Nemechek with the lead coming down the front stretch here, and after that beautiful flyover as we see here at the World Center of Racing, even Bart Simpson got us started here. What's up, Matt87? How we doing, brother? Hope everybody's enjoying the live stream thus far. Yeah, guys, sorry about that. Normally here on the on this tracker here, normally, we're able to get the actual race and all the cars going around it. But for whatever reason, it's not working at the moment right now. So we'll try to keep you guys up to date there with that leaderboard here on the Daytona 500. See there, you can pretty much get a good idea of the leaders here on this particular setup. Hope you guys like it. Thank you so much for hanging out on the channel. Just make that a little wider. Right there's pretty good. At least you can see the top 10 for what that's worth. All right, appreciate you guys. Thank you so much, man. Yep, new setup here, guys. Hope you like it. Haven't had a chance to work on the computer very often here doing this, but appreciate every single one of y'all coming and hanging out. We are here on a commercial break as the racing continues here in stage number 1. And Ryan Nemechek, or excuse me, John Hunter Nemechek, in the number 42 Toyota Camry has a huge lead here now as we get to lap number 19 in stage number 1. There are 65 laps in stage number 1, And we'll see who ends up with the stage points at the end of this particular stage. And a nice push down the backstretch there from Kyle Busch to Joey Logano. Brad Keselowski is the pusher behind number 42, Nemechek. And we see here coming down the backstretch here, Joey Logano gets a good push by Kyle Busch, and now Logano is going to contend for the lead here. And a good run down the backstretch. We're still side by side, going all the way back to position 20, even position 24. So these cars are all side by side. It's been good, clean racing for the most part, besides that first caution that we had from the number 78 McLeod. Unfortunately for him, he had a part break on his car, and he's out for the rest of the race. All right, guys, we're already on pace here, man, to set a new record of views here on this particular setup. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out on Tim Reynolds Show. All right, we're here back to the racing, down the backstretch here. Logano side by side with the number 42 of Nemechek. The number 8 Chevrolet of Kyle Busch right next to the number 6 Ford Mustang of Brad Keselowski. And we're side by side going all the way back to position 20 and beyond.
Now, earlier this morning,
some good competitive racing here from these two. Nemechek continues to hold on to the lead here. Logano staying up on that top lane here, with Kyle Busch working right behind him. So we see here Logano and Nemechek continue to swap places here in the lead. Meanwhile, we've got a lot of movement near the middle of the pack here between positions 20 and 10. A lot of different moving pieces here. And remember, guys, a lot of these cars further back in the draft, they're not having to go full throttle, so that's going to really benefit them when it comes to fueling up the cars at their pit stops.
What a great skipper, though. One of the best crew chief pairings with a driver that we've had in a long time. You put a good crew chief, the best driver, and the best car, deadly.
Now, everyone stopped for fuel at lap 8, 9, or 10 under caution, except Kyle Busch in the number 8 car. Even though some of the drivers who did stop are wondering, can they make it to the end of this stage without having to stop again? Here's the number 9.
Anybody gonna make it at the current race? No, not at the current race. Possibly close is going to be a stretch. So, but yeah, I just want to be on the good side of it if we can. But we don't think that's really a viable opportunity. But some may try.
All right, so that was Chase Elliott, number 9 Chevrolet, and his Hendrick Motorsports team communications there. As we're seeing these cars are worried about if they're going to be able to make it to the end of this stage number 1 on fuel. Now, normally these cars can go anywhere from about 39 laps to about 42 laps, I believe, on one tank of gas. But if they're able to save some fuel, they can stretch that by a few laps.
To be able to convince yourself to run to the end of this stage.
How about
So early in the race. Sorry.
All right, so we see here, still side by side, coming down the backstretch here, and exiting there out of turn number 4. Really good, clean racing here. John Hunter Nemechek still in the lead in the number 42 Toyota. Logano in second. Brad Keselowski right there, as it looks like he's going to take over the second place position. Getting past the number 22 Ford Mustang. They are side by side right now here at the Daytona 500. And how about Brad Keselowski coming off of that big broken bone injury and surgery he had during the offseason? He's only 8 weeks removed from that injury, and he's here racing at the Great American Race.
Well, Josh, John Hunter Nemechek up front leading his first ever laps here at the Daytona 500. I talked to his crew chief, Travis Mack, this morning, and he said, I love this guy that I'm seeing down here this week. He's more aggressive. He felt like they were a little too passive, a little too cautious in this race last year. We saw it in the dual race. We saw it in the truck race on Friday.
That's right, guys. John Hunter Nemechek has led 13 of 23 laps here thus far or I should say of 25 or 24 laps now. And that number 42, Camry, looks pretty damn fast. And how about number 88? Connor Zillich, the young 19-year-old from Mooresville, North Carolina, has 11 career wins in the O'Reilly Series, and he is the 2026 NASCAR Cup Series rookie, and he's already made a good impression on his team. But right now, staying patient near the back of the pack here, biding his time, riding behind the number 5 Chevrolet of Kyle Larson here early on in this Daytona 500 race. So we've got 175 laps to go here at the World Center of Racing, the Daytona International Speedway. Brett, what's going on, man? How we doing, chat?
Can't let those guys make it.
It's a heads-up call right there, and they're the only ones that can dictate that. When they slow the pace down, it even helps those guys back there saving fuel even more. Meyer back in that big air pocket of a draft. Let's go.
Well, and we saw this a few years ago.
So side by side, coming down the backstretch and entering into turn number 3 here, as we see Keselowski now out front by a car length, but Josh Berry's now side by side with the number 22 Ford Mustang of Logano. And Kyle Busch trying to give Logano a big push down the front stretch here.
In the qualifying races, when Chase Briscoe and some of those guys were running out front, when you run out front, no matter if you think you're saving gas or not, you're pushing more air, and it just becomes, you burn more gas, and it's just not part of the game that you want to give up, because you got to be able to have enough fuel.
And you hear him talking about it on the broadcast here, guys. Fuel saving is so important here at Daytona, because you never know what just a little bit of saving can do for you when you get near the end of this race. Now, first you got to survive to get there, but man, we've had some really good, clean racing thus far here early on in this Daytona 500. And the fans are enjoying it here in a sold-out crowd here at Daytona Beach, Florida. And it's Daytona International Speedway, baby! All right, we'll stay side by side here with you guys during these commercial breaks, so we'll try to make sure we break down what's happening as we see Logano still right there side by side with Nemechek. He's trying to challenge for the lead going down the backstretch. And a big push there by Kyle Busch in the number 8 Chevrolet as that green car gives the yellow car of Logano a big push to springboard him into the lead. But Nemechek holding right there, using that side draft, coming there out of turn number 4, going down the front stretch. Now, John Hunter Nemechek is not a guy normally known for leading the Daytona 500 or leading these kind of speedway races, but over the last few years, Nemechek has really been improving on his skill set and trying to get his team in that number 42 Toyota Camry up near the front. And we continue to see teams shuffle backwards here. Some people choosing to remain near the back of the pack to try to take things easy rather than be in the middle or near the front of the pack and get caught up in something that could be hard to avoid. With Daytona, you always got to worry about the big one, and when we will see that happening, I'm not exactly sure. But we'll continue to keep you guys up to date here with what is happening. So good racing here thus far, still side by side, all the way, like I said, to about position 20 here. I'm still in the front. Brad Keselowski and the number 6 Ford Mustang is alongside the number 8 Chevrolet of Kyle Busch there on row number 2. Right behind the leaders here as we see Nemechek and Logano continue to battle it out for the lead here. And they're side by side going down the backstretch. Joey Logano continuing to push that top lane right next to Nemechek, who's really working that bottom lane exactly the way he would be hoping to. He's got good grip. He seems to have really good acceleration entering the corner. And Logano does have a lot of acceleration entering the corner, but he definitely needs better connection there with the draft in order for him to have a chance to continue to contend for that lead here. That's right, guys. We got some NASCAR racing here on Tim Reynolds Show. Now let's go, baby. All right, guys, hit me up in the chat if you got any questions or comments or shout-outs. Any racing questions, let me know in the chat, guys. And how about the Toyota top performers? John Hunter Nemechek in first right now. Chase Briscoe in the number 19 Toyota in 6th. Ty Gibbs in the number 54 Toyota in 12th. Christopher Bell in the number 20 Toyota in 14th. And Danny Hamlin in the number 11 Toyota is in 18th. So we see the wind is blowing pretty much south, but anywhere from 18 to 30 miles an hour, which could be giving a lot of draft on the backstretch.
It blew my hat off. I think it's supposed to get worse, right? Yeah, I think so. Wind direction is from turn 2 to 4 at about 20 to 25 miles an hour. That's going to make the exit of 4 that much more difficult. Remember, that wind is ripping. It's way heavier than it's been all weekend, so let's feel it for a lap or two.
So, guys, here the wind is definitely being talked about a lot on the radios here by these drivers. And Joey Logano retakes the lead here on lap 32. With 168 laps to go now, Logano retakes the lead. And you see Logano switching from that top lane to the bottom lane, with Nemechek having a lot more drive off of the corner than Logano has. So you can see a lot of cars near the back trying to debate on whether or not to make this 3 wide or keep it with these 2 lanes like we've seen throughout this race. And there's communications there from Logano and his radio crew.
We need more throttle. He's right, it's going to burn more fuel, but what Paul didn't tell him...
Oh, we've got some cars looking to go 3 wide here. And now we could see a whole new lane forming up at the top. Shane Van Gisbergen there with Chase Elliott and Kyle Larson all in tow. And those Chevrolets there on that top lane to make it 3 wide. And we could see a big push here. And yes, now cars are darting out, including Chase Briscoe. And now it's 3 wide going into turn number 3 here. And the number 19 pulling alongside Joey Logano. We're 3 wide exiting turn number 4 here, folks. 3 wide heading down the front stretch. But Chase Briscoe will look to retake the lead here in this one. And Logano won't let him have it. And a big run there by Logano as we go into turn number 1. But Chase Briscoe on the outside gets a big push by his Toyota teammate Ty Gibbs. The number 54 Monster Energy Toyota pushing that Bass Pro Shops 19 to the lead. We've got a new leader in Chase Briscoe here, folks, going down the backstretch at the Daytona 500. And we see here Chase Briscoe holding on to that lead, but here comes Logano on that bottom lane. He got a nice push by John Hunter Nemechek, and now they're side by side exiting turn number 4. And going down the front stretch here, it's really discombobulated with the rows behind that front row. But here comes Kyle Busch up the middle, and Logano's going to get right in front and take that big push there by the number 8 Chevrolet. And that slows down the momentum of Kyle Busch there. And now Chase Briscoe is pulling away with the lead here. But maybe too far out in front for the number 19 Toyota. He's got to get hooked back up with his teammate Ty Gibbs, and he looks to do that there on the top lane. Logano now in the middle, really working his way back and forth from that bottom lane to that middle lane there. And that top lane now, guys, is starting to really gain some momentum here. Oh, we got a car into somebody else, and that looks like Keselowski, who's able to get back on the track somehow, as he looks like he tapped and ran into Kyle Busch. That could have been catastrophic. And look, a lot of cars had to back off there. And because of that, Chase Briscoe has the lead. As we look at the replay here, yeah, unfortunately there, Kyle Busch got really loose. He taps into Keselowski, and both of those drivers are lucky that wasn't way worse. What an amazing save by Keselowski. Kyle Busch just got loose and got right into the left, or the right door of the number 6. And you see there, ooh, man, Ryan Blaney had to back off the gas quite a bit. There's the video from Brad Keselowski's point of view. And Keselowski looks like he didn't really miss a lot of speed there. And now Chase Briscoe's under fire. Here comes Logano right behind the number 19 Toyota. And now Briscoe trying to block here as Logano continues to hold on to that bottom lane. And there goes Briscoe up to the top right behind his teammate. And that could open up the lead for Logano here. And right behind him is Nemechek. Ty Gibbs, the teammate of Chase Briscoe, helping him out. But now Briscoe goes to the bottom lane. And Briscoe blocking in front of Logano, and then he goes right back up to that top lane. There down the front stretch as Ty Gibbs continues to be his draft teammate here at this Daytona 500 race. And Briscoe now the leader here. But look out for Ty Gibbs. His teammate is right there on the road behind the leader, battling next to Joey Logano. And man, Keselowski shuffled backwards along with Kyle Busch. Although for Kyle, he's only near the 7th or 8th place position. For Keselowski, he's all the way back near 15th or 16th. Heck yeah, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show. Don't forget to please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. All right, so we are here on commercial break, but we're trying to keep you guys up to date with what's happening with the race here. I appreciate y'all hanging out on Tim Reynolds Show. But now we see here, Logano went up to the top lane here, and now John Hunter Nemechek is the one battling for the lead behind Chase Briscoe. And the back of the pack starting to get a little hectic, and there's Keselowski 3 wide back there near the 15th place position. And a lot of the cars now starting to get shuffled around, switching lanes here. We could see some drivers start to get aggressive, and we see it here. They're trying to go 3 wide, entering turn number 1 here. And that's Denny Hamlin, the 3-time Daytona 500 winner, making it 3 wide, and he's so close to that wall, exiting turn number 2. And he's right there behind, looks like the number 45 Toyota. And man, he's going to push him into the middle lane here as Hamlin continues to show off the speed there on that top lane. We're 3 wide entering turn number 3 here. And as we exit out of turn number 4, it's getting a little shady here, folks. And you see from these camera angles here, like, wow, man, we've got some aggressive racing going on here, man.
Yes, speed is back with Harvick and Buxton, fueled by Poet Bioethanol and debuting February 23rd.
Well, this is really exciting. Will and I have already shot a bunch of interviews. But we're going to cover all of racing, Mike. We're going to cover sprint cars, drag racings, IndyCar, NASCAR. We're going to cover it all on that show.
I love it.
All right, thank you guys so much for hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show. And we see Briscoe now leading the pack, getting a big push by Joey Logano. That top lane continues to be the strong lane here in the Daytona 500.
Right there and almost spin out thanks to Brad Keselowski. He did not. Clint, you just noticed some cars pushing up.
I think it was Chastain off of 2, got really tight, used a lot of real estate, almost got into the car in the middle row there. I think it was Chastain. Uh-oh, that's a cheat sheet. Don't let that get away from you.
Yeah,
there he goes. That's important.
Well, not only does he not want to lose that, so he knows what the game plan is with everything, but it's also annoying sitting there moving all around.
All those code words. This track was last repaved prior to the 2011 season. Now,
So a big push down the backstretch here. Chase Briscoe continues to lead here with John Hunter Nemechek right behind him. And there's Christopher Bell, who's made his way towards the front. A lot of these Toyotas now inside the top 10 and the top 5. And a big push there by Ty Gibbs on Joey Logano. And now we're 3 wide coming down the front stretch.
And when that handling starts to creep in, you got two conditions. You're either loose in the corner and struggling with the car, or you get to the center of the corner and the front end starts to take off. And to me, Clint, I don't know which one you like.
I don't want that front end taken off because eventually it's going to bite.
When that front end takes off, you just don't know how far that car is going to slide. And usually by the time you catch that thing, you've let off the gas too late, and that almost makes it worse.
And now we're 3 wide entering turn number 2 here. Or excuse me, turn number 3. And coming out of turn number 4 here, they're 3 wide still as we continue to see this competitive racing here towards the end of stage number 1. 21 laps to go with Chase Briscoe leading the front of the pack here. But Ty Gibbs is there on that top lane in that number 54 Toyota. Logano right behind the leader in that middle lane with Brad Keselowski in tow right behind him. And now we've seen a lot of cars starting to get more aggressive. There's Ross Chastain pushing his way to the front in his number 1 Chevrolet. And the number 40 Chevrolet of Justin Allgaier also making his way towards the front. And you see here the biggest mover since the restart on lap 12. Justin Allgaier with 29 positions gained. Tyler Reddick with 20 positions gained. Here in this one, Ross Chastain, one of those drivers as well, with 18 plus positions gained here since the restart. And that top lane continues to be dominant as Chase Briscoe works his way up there, gets a nice push from his teammate Ty Gibbs in the number 54 Toyota. Logano in the number 22 Mustang still staying in that middle lane as he sees that top lane fly on by. Logano's got to wonder if he should get back up there into that top lane. But looking to hold it here as you see that bottom lane gets a lot more grip and speed as they enter into the corner. But as they come out of the corner and get down the front and back stretch, it seems that top lane is having a lot more drive off of the corner than what we're seeing into the corner.
Now remember, Kyle Busch, the pole sitter, did not stop during the caution flag at lap 8, 9, and 10 when everybody else did. Larry Mack, how far can he go?
Well, I've been watching his throttle, and Jim Pullman has continued to pull him back on the throttle. As you can say, he has fallen back all the way to 20th. Right now, lap 46, that's the fuel window right there. That's based on 100%. What I've seen with his throttle, I'm saying he maybe can go another 8 to 10 laps.
Ooh, okay. So actually, you can go a lot further than I thought by working that gas mileage here.
Well, I've been listening to Kyle Busch's radio, and his father, Derek Leland.
We're still 3 wide here at Daytona. Kyle Busch has worked his way all the way back to 20th position as he gets ready to figure out what to do with his pit strategy. All of these drivers are going to start to consider green flag pit stops here within the next 10 laps.
To help out our teammate with about 10 laps to go, Austin Grady to the team. I'm not going to be able to get out of this pack to help him right now, so that may not work out.
No, he's in 8th place on the outside.
So we see here on that outside lane that continues to have a very good run here. Austin Dillon in 9th place, and he's already saying he's not going to be able to help out his teammate here.
If you pit with Kyle, it's just going to be you two. And right now, Austin Dillon has himself positioned towards the front of this field. I would just stay up in that lane no matter what they told me to do, to be honest with you.
Ford's aligned on the inside. Logano and Keselowski.
That's right, guys. Logano now teamed up with Keselowski on that bottom lane. And it's actually the middle lane there.
You're over here laughing at what I just said. Sometimes you have to make that decision, you know, from the driver's standpoint in order to keep yourself in contention. In today's world, you have to have cars that'll help you.
And here comes Nemechek on the inside of Logano there, but he's got no one's help there down the front stretch. Christopher Bell behind him as they continue to shuffle backwards here without the proper draft help.
We haven't had enough cars
So at the top lane there, Chase Briscoe continues to lead here. Ty Gibbs in the number 54 Toyota right behind him, his teammate helping him out. But guys, Shane Van Gisbergen and the number 97 Chevrolet is in third, running surprisingly well here. And now we see there, Kyle Busch has got his hand out the window. He's going to look to pit here, but is he going to have anybody go with him? That's going to be the big question here.
No mistakes. Do not slide the tires.
It looks like, yes, we've got at least 3 or 4 cars, and Busch is lucky to have that.
So 5 cars on pit road.
So we've got 5 cars on pit road now as we get ready to start. Green flag pit stops here. We'll see the order here start to get shuffled up quite a bit, ladies and gentlemen. And we've got 15 laps to go to the end of stage number 1 here.
Allmendinger, Ty Dillon, and Casey Mears with them on pit road.
You're spot on too, Kevin. Not only that, they're not all together. All broke up with that group. You can see it on the bottom of your screen there. Not very efficient with that stop at all.
Yeah, and the longer that it takes to get those cars nose to tail.
And now we see here, after those quick pit stops there, now those 5 cars are going to have to get together quickly to prevent getting lapped. But we're also seeing a lot of other drivers have to make the decisions here of when they're going to come in for their green flag pit stops. All right, as we hit here on a commercial break here, guys, Chase Elliott and the number 9 Chevrolet now is right behind Chase Briscoe. They're battling for the lead. And we got that bottom lane now working out a lot better as we see, oh, 3 wide, and oh my goodness, the number 54 almost takes out the number 3, Austin Dillon, having to evade and save the car somehow. And what a move there as we see Gibbs was trying to make his way in the number 54 Toyota, I think back up to the top as Austin Dillon trying to make a move to get around him. Dillon almost ends up in the wall. And somehow the number 3 Chevrolet was able to be saved by its driver, Austin Dillon. That was a really sketchy move there by Ty Gibbs. So now that bottom lane is what's working here with a lot of cars able to work that draft right there on that bottom lane. A lot of these other vehicles, I believe a lot of these other drivers are looking to set themselves up for these green flag pit stops coming up here near the end of stage 1. But when will we start seeing these guys make these pit stops here? It's going to be very interesting to see. So we're 3 wide here. Coming down the backstretch as we continue to see these drivers try to figure out how they're going to set themselves up for these green flag pit stops. So Elliott battling right behind Chase Briscoe. As we see, Briscoe continues to lead the Daytona 500 here. We've got 11 laps to go here in stage number 1. Thank you so much, guys, for hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show. Don't forget to please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. If you guys have any racing questions, NASCAR questions, or just any shout-outs you'd like to make, or if you'd like to help support the channel, please hit me up with those super chats here on Tim Reynolds Show.
College Hoops Friday breaking.
All right, so we see here Briscoe remains as the leader here. And Danny Hamlin now in the 3rd place position in front of Logano, who's now dropped back to 4th there in his number 22 Ford Mustang. And here comes Austin Dillon as he flies right behind Joey Logano, now in the bottom lane there.
End of stage 1. We'll see how it plays out. Biggest mover since the restart. Well, Justin Allgaier was involved in that crash back at lap number 5, but he has climbed all the way up to 8th place. Riley Herbst has gained 28 spots now, and William Byron, who was also in that crash, has picked up now 27.
to start watching for these cars. Oh, I got a hand out the window over Allgaier. He's going to be coming.
All right, so we got a lot of drivers with their hands out the window here. And that means we will see these cars get ready to pit.
There'll be 9 to go in the stage.
And here comes Logano as well. And 4 cars coming into the pits now for these green flag pit stops to try to refuel.
They're about 8/10 of a second. See Joey Logano stop way at the back of his pit stall so that so he can start creeping out and that fuel man still stay engaged. We've seen some videos.
It's already my best one ever. Thank you, dude. You gonna come watch race soon?
Zero carbon bioethanol.
Okay. Oh, okay. I'm not hungry too, but.
And those 4 cars left pit road, not in a tight pack. In fact,
You got Byron in the wall again, guys.
Oh no!
24.
And ladies and gentlemen, the number 24 Chevrolet is in the wall, but somehow keeps the car on the track. And oh man, scraped the wall there and got lucky.
Right behind him.
Gosh, as much smoke as there was right there.
We can share it if you want.
With everything that took place.
Cool. And here we're finally seeing a replay here as we see William Byron, the back-to-back Daytona 500 winner. He got kind of loose. A big shove, and oh my goodness! How did he not crash that Chevrolet? Wow! And man, you see Van Gisbergen got into the back of William Byron, and man, what a tough hit. William Byron bounced off the wall at least 3 times. That was incredible. What a save. As we get to see more green flag pit stops coming up here in the Daytona 500. Chase Elliott is now your new leader in the number 9 Chevrolet. Oh, and ladies and gentlemen, that's Jimmy Johnson, who spins out getting into the pits here. And we should see him be able to get things fired back up. And look at that, with 7 laps to go, no caution for that spinning number 84. And now that's going to be a way longer pit stop for Jimmy Johnson. And unfortunately, for the NASCAR legend, Jimmy Johnson, he continues to struggle in these next-gen cars. And here comes the leaders. And Chase Elliott pitting now as we see Gilliland in a number 34 Ford Mustang stays out there, regains the lead, or I should say takes over the lead. And Austin Dillon right behind in the number 3 Chevrolet. Oh, wait a minute, we've got a battle brewing here on the outside as we see the number 38. That's Smith, Zane Smith. He's coming out, and then Zane Smith's going to take over the lead over his teammate, Austin Cedric, the former Daytona 500 winner, right behind him with his teammate Ryan Blaney down the backstretch here. And now we see a bunch of cars coming down to the bottom of the racetrack here. We could see more cars choosing to pit here.
Come to pit road.
I think that's Austin Dillon and Connor Zillage coming to the pit lane.
Austin Dillon and Connor Zillage come in by themselves, so that's not really a good sign there. As a lot of these cars continue to get shuffled back up here after those pit stops.
5 to go and stage points.
Oh my goodness! And William Byron almost got in front of the number 5 of Kyle Larson, last year's Cup Series champion, and almost takes him out. Man, that number 24 car is loose, people, and that Chevrolet has been in the wall already multiple times here in this race, but still is racing.
As the pileup for points begins with the new championship format NASCAR has this year.
Yeah, and right now, Joey Logano right here in that group in the back, they want these cars to stay side by side. They want them to stay too wide. If they're single file, those guys will have a hard time making up that ground. So the more that these guys stay too wide, the more it'll draw those 2 groups together.
And there's the second group that you talked about, led by Logano.
Yeah, and they're going to catch him for that reason.
So as we start to work through these pit stops here, we'll have to see where everyone ends up here. But guys, we've got 3 laps to go here in stage number 1.
Riley Herbst and the other fellows of that age who raced on the short tracks then, but now he's in the Cup Series for front row. He Austin Cindric for Team Penske, and Cindric's teammate Ryan Blaney there. Todd Gilliland, who is Smith's teammate, and Chris Buescher, all Fords, down to Noah Gragson in 6th place. There's the lead pack. They're in the middle of the backstretch. They'll be coming to 2 to go in stage 1.
Well, we know how tight this fuel window is. And
So Zane Smith right now with the lead with 3 to go. Austin Cindric right behind him.
But man, it just makes my heart beat fast sitting up here right now. The risk that it takes and where it puts you to win the Daytona 500.
But I believe that that's a calculated.
So 2 laps to go here in stage number 1 of the Daytona 500. And remember, guys, the different format here this season for the NASCAR Cup Series is we've got the chase back, which means no longer a win gets you into the playoffs. You will need to race your best week in and week out, stage in and stage out in all of these races this season to gain as many points as possible each race day.
Right here, you're going to make it to the end, all because you chose to stay together and be on the same page.
So coming down the front stretch here, Zane Smith still in the lead. Austin Cindric right behind him here. And we've got 1 lap to go here in stage number 1 of the Daytona 500. And we see here Zane Smith with the lead. Austin Cindric. There left to him there, right behind him is Ryan Blaney. And here comes Chris Buescher as well in the number 17 Ford Mustang, and Ryan Preece, last week's Clash winner, I should say, the Bowman Speedway winner, the exhibition race, is right there as well. And coming down on the bottom there, I believe, is Carson Hocevar. And number 77 gets blocked by Ryan Blaney. And now it's down to this. Coming out of turn number 4. Zane Smith right there with the lead. Can Austin Cindric get there to pass him? No. And Zane Smith will win stage number 1 here in the Daytona 500.
Kevin, when we were talking about this before the race, who did we say worked the best with one another?
Those Fords, and they proved it right there once again.
Zane Smith, the stage 1 winner over Cindric, Blaney, Hocevar, and Chris Buescher.
And congratulations to Zane Smith as he wins the first stage here in the Daytona 500. Great racing thus far here, guys. Not a lot of cautions, not a lot to worry about. Heck yeah, look at that. Big shout out to the missus in the chat. All right, everybody. Thanks for hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. All right, we're here on commercial break, everybody. There is your top 10 there after stage number 1. Make sure you guys let me know who you think's going to win here in the bottom of the chat. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and get you a poll question here for everybody. I think I finally figured one out that should work. All right, guys, there is our poll here on Tim Reynolds Show. Which manufacturer are you guys picking to win the Daytona 500 here tonight? So not the driver, the manufacturer. So, which gives you a lot of options here. You can go for either Ford, Chevy, or Toyota. And which one of those cars will make it to victory lane? We'll have to wait and see here. Make sure you get your votes in there on Tim Reynolds Show. And appreciate you guys hanging out here on the channel.
Well, last year, Chase Briscoe had a breakout performance with Joe Gibbs Racing, won 3 times, went to the championship 4, finished 3rd. Today, he's back with his pit crew. They have one change, so let's go ahead and meet them.
AJ Rosini, front tire changer. That's part of the 2019 Indy 500 win. Lee Cunningham, rear tire changer, 2017 Cup Series champion.
CJ Bailey, tire carrier, running back at D Manio High.
Bum 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 bum.
On the front row for the 500 for the second year in a row, and they've had speed all week.
They really have, and we saw them on the pole for the Daytona 500 here last year. So this team, pit crew, everybody being together for another year just allows them to start working on the details of who they are and what they're doing. So
Look at this, guys. How close were they pushing it? This close. Now they are getting pushed. 4 car ran out of gas. Noah Gregson. Need a little help getting back. Thank you, buddy. Josh Berry to the rescue.
So it looks like some cars actually did run out of gas, trying to stretch it there near the end of that first stage. So now we'll see a lot of these cars choose to hit the pits here. And you can also see some clouds off in the distance here. So they're going to hope to get this race completely in here today. I'm really hoping for no rain delay. We want to see good racing, man. Come on.
Is here. Mark Royce, COO of General Motors, is on hand. Edsel Ford, the godfather of Ford Racing, presented the Ford Spirit of Racing Award to Doug Yates and the Yates family earlier this week.
And it doesn't just stop with the manufacturers. It's all across the board. The network, the engine, the power of NASCAR is pretty incredible. They're all here.
Zane Smith and
So here we go, guys. Everybody on pit road here, and we'll see how they play it out.
Ryan Blaney a little bit twitchy, Lewis being in the back, sliding out through the middle of 3 and 4, but then tight on exit. The 77 of Carson Hocevar just tight in traffic at the end. Jamie?
Zane Smith in the 38, 2-time Truck Series winner here.
So there, Austin Cindric a little late to get out of his pit stall. Hocevar there with a 14-second pit stop there, and a long stop for the 38 is Zane Smith.
There's your log jam off pit road.
And he won't be able to regain the lead here. So Hocevar comes out with the lead. We see Buescher gains a bunch of spots, and so did Chase Briscoe there after those pits. Yo, is that our boy Buddha? Corey, what's up, man? Yo, go Ford, says Buddha. Go Chevy, Buddha. All right, thank you guys for hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show. Heck yeah, man, we got our boy Buddha hanging out with us, man. Now we just need the family on the chat, man. Where's we need Fanatic Trev, we need Surge Dog, Evan in the chat as well. Come on, fam. Where's the fam at? All right, guys, just waiting to get back from commercial breaks. Oh, look at that, dude. Corey says me and my dad are Ford guys. Totally understand that, brother. Totally understand that, man. Look, we're already breaking records here on Tim Reynolds Show, guys. Man, I'm for real. Like, this is the most views we've already gotten on one of these NASCAR live streams, and oh, believe it or not, guys, it's only gonna get better. Hey, thank you.
Welcome, snack number one.
All right, you can do the second one a little later if you want.
Like what?
You know, a couple minutes, half hour. Come hang out. And there's the beautiful Daytona International Speedway as we get ready to get back to racing here in Daytona.
Daytona 500 getting ready for stage 2. Let's take a quick glance at a rather eventful stage 1. And it started on lap 5 after Kyle Busch was on the pole to get...
That's right, guys. We see there William Byron involved in a wreck there from McLeod. As number 78 got spun out there because of a broken part. And how about a great save from Kyle Busch after he got into Brad Keselowski, where both of those cars almost got spun out. But they were able to save it, and Zane Smith, the driver for the number 38 Ford Mustang, wins stage number 1, the first stage of the season. And he gets those 10 extra bonus points for winning the stage.
Certainly Zane Smith, Chase Briscoe, who's led the most laps, were underdogs coming in.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, that's a big kick in the pants for Zane Smith. Awesome job by him to stay ahead of him. This car right here, though, this Bass Pro Shops Toyota, I've got my eye on Chase Briscoe. Little sentimental value to me in this car, Chris. I won here in the Daytona 500 with the same sponsor, so when I see that out front, I love it.
That's okay for you to boast about that. That was a terrific moment, and we're learning more and more about managing fuel as we head back up to Mike, Kevin, and Clint.
Thank you, Chris. Number of miscues on pit road during this end of stage pit stop break. Zane Smith came in, had a problem with a wrench in the front end. Now here is John Hunter Nemechek at the bottom of the screen. He's going to lock it up and big slide. Now he's in the pit box, so it's a legal stop. It's not pretty, but it's legal.
So Nemechek there, unfortunately, slides into his pit stop, and oh no for Ty Gibbs. He had to back up into Denny Hamlin's pit box and get his tire retightened.
And get that lug nut tight. Jamie?
Well, Mike, you just mentioned the problem for Zane Smith, why it took so long. Here's that wrench that was lodged in the nose. So if anybody's looking for it, we've got it down here in his pit box. And also you mentioned, how about a heads up to these guys, Denny Hamlin. They're the ones that went over the wall, tightened that left front on the 54, getting it done as they watch themselves back here and analyze.
Yeah, apparently Smith picked up that wrench prior to making his pit stop. It was bouncing around, lodged itself in the front fascia.
Yo, what's up, Trev?
Hopefully no damage.
I got a cool story, Mike. I had a $100 bill after the Texas race on my grill after the race. I got pictures to prove it.
Really?
But you wind up with razor blades, all kinds of crazy stuff stuck in those grills.
All right, we completed the stage with 37 cars on the lead lap. Cody Ware got the free pass. Out of the race, BJ McLeod. Casey Mears 3 laps back. Josh Berry, Jimmy Johnson 1 lap down as we take the green flag.
And here we go. We're back green flag racing here in Daytona.
Cindric and Buescher.
So now Austin Cindric and Ryan Blaney now on the front row as Austin Cindric takes the lead here in his number 2 Ford Mustang.
Gotta love Daytona. Austin Cindric leading this.
And how about Chris Buescher in the number 17 Ford Mustang, able to make his way back to the front of the pack after starting in the back and the last position because of some changes he had to make back on his car before the start of this race. I don't know when Dodge is coming back, but that'd be pretty cool. Fanatic Trev saying, good race thus far. Heck yeah, man. Let's go.
And, I mean, obviously that strategy was...
So here we go. On the inside here, Austin Cindric and Ryan Blaney. The two teammates working to keep Cindric in the lead here on that bottom lane is Denny Hamlin. And look at here, the last Ford winner was back in 2022. Austin Cindric won that particular race. The next gen era We've seen Ford lead 59% of laps here, and 17 Ford wins is the second all-time here at the Daytona 500.
And they get the job done here at the 500.
And all of those
Yeah, no, Mrs. Reynolds, we've got Ram. So not Dodge, but Ram is coming back into the truck series for NASCAR this year. So here with 9 laps into stage number 2, lap 74, Austin Cindric now side by side with Denny Hamlin. That number 11 Toyota getting a nice push from another Toyota number 23, Bubba Wallace. As we see here, he's trying to contend for that leading position. And Austin Cindric keeping the car out front here. That number 2 Ford Mustang getting a nice push from his teammate, Ryan Blaney, the former Cup Series champion behind him. There in the number 12 Ford Mustang, and he pushes Austin Cindric all the way back into the lead here down the front stretch. What's going on to Miss Michelle Reynolds? What's up, Mom? How we doing? Go Ford, says Corey Buda. Heck yeah. Hi, Mom.
Denny Hamlin.
And we see here Denny Hamlin now retakes the lead, or I should say takes the lead for the first time, thanks to a nice push by Bubba Wallace. And now Hamlin up on the top lane here, but wait a minute. Here comes Bubba in that number 23 Toyota Camry, and he's right there on the inside of the 11. And Bubba could have a good chance here to pull away with the lead as we see a big push from Austin Cindric, and that's going to give Denny Hamlin the shove he needed to lead this Daytona 500. So a good run there on that last lap for Denny Hamlin to take his first lead of this Daytona 500. And hey, love you too. Shout out to Mom in the chat. And now looking here, side by side, coming down the backstretch. Bubba Wallace right there in the number 23 Toyota Camry, right next to the number 11, his car owner, Denny Hamlin. But Hamlin gets a nice push down that backstretch. And we see here Denny Hamlin has had 3 wins, but in this next-gen car, 0 top 5s in the last 4 starts in this next-gen car since 2022. What's up, Matt? How we doing, brother? So Hamlin continues to hold on to the lead. Austin Cindric now swaps places with Bubba Wallace for that second-place position. Unfortunately for Hamlin, he's too far out in front right now. And here comes a nice run by the 23 on the inside, exiting turn number 2. And he's got his teammate right behind him, giving him a nice push there as they go down the backstretch. And Bubba Wallace taking things easy here. He's got help there along the backstretch with Tyler Reddick right behind the number 23, that 45 Toyota, giving a big shove to Bubba Wallace's number 23 Toyota. And now coming out of turn number 4, Bubba Wallace is side by side with Hamlin for the lead. And Bubba looking to lead his first lap in the Daytona 500 here in 2026. A nice run there as we continue to see the clouds building up there on some of these camera angles. We're side by side, now entering turn number 1, and Bubba Wallace is trying to take that lead away from Denny Hamlin. Tyler Reddick in the number 45 Toyota helps out Bubba there down the backstretch. We are 3 wide going down the backstretch, and that top lane looking for a little bit of momentum here. And we're side by side entering turn number 3. Bubba Wallace slightly ahead of Denny Hamlin. But that number 11 Toyota was going to get a nice run here off the end of the corner as they head down the front stretch. Denny Hamlin will lead this lap. Because here it goes again. Here it goes. Now here it goes. Here it goes. Now here it goes. See if I can get that back up here. Okay. here it goes. Because here it goes. Oh, here it goes again. Because here it goes again. All right, guys, we're here on a commercial break as we're getting side-by-side racing here on this particular channel. Appreciate y'all. Thank you so much, man, for hanging out on Tim Reynolds Show. Don't forget to please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. What's going on here? Because here it goes again. Because here it goes again. And ladies and gentlemen, we are now 3 wide coming out of turn number 4 here as Cody Ware unfortunately finds himself in a bad position to be as the number 51 looks to get lapped here by the pack. And wait a minute, here comes Kyle Larson on the bottom side. He's got a nice run there entering turn number 1. Kyle Larson retakes the lead here, or I should say takes the lead for the first time. And now the defending Cup Series champion, Kyle Larson, is out in front here in the number 5 Chevrolet. And Cody Ware out there, and wait a minute, is Cody Ware? No, Cody Ware is actually in the lead, ladies and gentlemen. I thought he was being lapped. No, the number 51 finds himself in the lead of the Daytona 500. But here comes Ross Chastain down the front stretch here in that number 1 Chevrolet. That Busch Light number 1 Chevy is fast, and now he's looking to contend for the leading spot. And Cody Ware, how about that? That number 51 Chevrolet racing team led a couple of laps in the Daytona 500. How about that? But on the bottom lane, here comes Ross Chastain. And that number 1 Chevrolet takes the lead here in the Daytona 500.
Here in the front, Ross Chastain, he ain't scared to do that block, is he, Kev?
And look at Chastain, not afraid to move up and down the racetrack when he's in the lead of the Daytona 500. But guys, right behind him, it's Justin Allgaier in the number 40 Chevrolet for Junior Motorsports. And the 2024 Xfinity, or I should say O'Reilly Auto Parts Series champion, is there contending for the 2nd place spot here in the Daytona 500. Oh, and a big balk there on the outside to Bubba Wallace from Ross Chastain. And Ross finds himself being pushed towards the front. And we see 3 wide racing here coming down the backstretch. Cody Ware got a little bit loose in that middle lane after a big push from Kyle Larson. And you see here coming down the track, here comes Allgaier on the inside of Chastain. And Allgaier in the number 40 Chevrolet's got a chance to take the lead here in the Daytona 500. He's side by side with Ross Chastain. And look at right there. It's Allgaier who's right there, and he'll take over the lead here on lap 84. And what terrific racing we got to the front and back. And there's the 19-year-old rookie, Connor Zilic, making his way to the front of the pack as well. And we've got 3 wide racing here. Bubba Wallace leads the top lane. And we see here Ross Chastain not afraid to switch up the lanes. And there goes Allgaier. He now retakes the lead by himself. A huge push by Connor Zilic in the number 88 Chevrolet. And that Red Bull Chevrolet looks fast here, folks. And now Connor Zilic looks to go to the high side. Allgaier will follow him as he leads here at lap 85. And the Chevys finding their way to get back towards the front here. And terrific running here from these Chevrolets. Allgaier, 39 years old, his 83rd career Cup Series race. And the 2024 O'Reilly Series champion looks to make a big impact here in what could be the biggest win of Junior Motorsports' career. And now Connor Zilic is on the inside of the number 40. Contact made by the rookie. He gets into Allgaier on the left side, and that's going to give the lead to Ty Dillon, the number 10 Chevrolet. Oh, no, we've got contact. The rookie gets spun out. There goes Chase Briscoe, and he runs into Austin Dillon. And oh, my goodness, a tough break And the front of that car does not look good for the number 3 Chevrolet team. And that could be a big wreck for Austin Dillon, and that could really hurt his chances of winning this race. Connor Zilic, who got spun out, looks to be okay, but the camber's definitely off on that number 19 Toyota there for Chase Briscoe. And some splitter damage there on the number 88. But man, that was so close to being a major wreck.
Putting the air in the side of that car to raise the suspension.
It's actually going to start up in turn 3.
I was right, guys. It starts right here with Connor Zilic. Watch him.
And you see here, Connor Zilic gets in to the side of Allgaier. Contact made there. That slows up all the momentum. And then Ty Gibbs takes the air off of the wing there of Zilic, who gets into Allgaier again. And Cody Ware gets loose, trying to prevent a wreck from happening. He runs into Allgaier, or I should say Connor Zilic, and ends up spinning the 88.
And it looked like, I can't tell if Connor was coming up the race.
And actually, it does look like Cody Ware may have got into the number 1 of Ross Chastain. And as Zilic went up the track, he ends up getting into the number 34 of Gilliland. And then also going down, Chase Briscoe spun out and unfortunately runs right into Austin Dillon, the number 3 Chevrolet.
That's the first time. Second time, you see him starting to move around, trying to avoid it.
Boy, and if you're Johnny Morris, when you have your cars, what are the odds of your cars running into each other like that?
And wow. What a wreck, what a caution here, guys. As we're looking at the replay again, here's Chase Briscoe. Yep, Connor Ware just gets right into him on the right front. And then right there, a big hit by Austin Dillon. And it's going to be amazing to see what they're going to be able to do here with these cars caught up in this wreck. Here's Austin Dillon's point of view. And Dillon with nowhere to go just tries to dive bomb into the pit lane and couldn't see him. And unfortunately just gets right into him.
And from Bubba Wallace.
In Bubba Wallace's point of view, he's up on the high side here. And you see right there, Cody Ware gets into Ross Chastain and ends up getting a bunch of cars loose there. And we'll see which one of these were able to survive and come out of it here, guys. Yikes. All right, thank you everybody for hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show. Please don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. If you guys have any NASCAR questions, racing questions, anything you guys want to shout out here on the channel, make sure you hit me up with the super chats here on Tim Reynolds Show. Appreciate y'all. All right, man. Pretty good race thus far, guys. We're on another caution here, and we'll have to see which one of these drivers ends up coming out of this okay, and which drivers will have a tough go of it for the rest of this race. Sun will come out tomorrow. You can bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow. Oh, guys, look at this. I've actually got, looks like some friends that are at the Daytona 500. That's so cool. All right, guys, if you have any questions whatsoever, don't be afraid to ask those NASCAR questions here on the chat. Man, cool to see John Gruden, the former Super Bowl champion Tampa Bay Buccaneers head coach, there at the racetrack today for the Daytona 500. Oh, yeah. Pretty dope, pretty dope, pretty dope. I'd say so. I'd say it's pretty dope, pretty dope, pretty dope. right, we're jamming, we're jamming, we're jamming, we're jamming. I want to jam it with you. Yeah, so unfortunate there what happened with that particular caution as we get ready to see these guys come here and pit. Ross Chastain, Austin Dillon, Chase Briscoe, Todd Gilliland, Justin Allgaier, Cody Ware, Ty Gibbs, Corey Heim, and Connor Zillich, all of the drivers involved in that last wreck. As we see pit stops coming here with 24 laps down of the 65 laps here on stage number 2. We're at lap 89, and looks like a lot of these drivers are only taking fuel only.
Rode a busy place still with 34 cars on the lead lap. They come out 5 wide.
Oh, so hectic.
First 9 cars off took no tires. We are under caution for this 9-car pileup that began right up at the front of the field.
Appreciate you guys hanging out on Tim Reynolds Show. Don't forget to please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Yeah. Gotta kick back, relax, you know what I'm saying? Gotta kick back and relax, you know what I'm saying? Gotta kick back and relax. That's right, because we got Daytona racing right here on Tim Reynolds Show. You know what's up, though, because we're about to see what happens when the NASCAR series comes up right here on the show. That's right. This is the sports entertainment channel that you want to watch. That's right. I'm about to tear it up, and we about to have a good time. That's right. Here we go, about to tear it up on Tim Reynolds Show. Yeah, what's up? You know. Hey. Gonna be a baller, a shot caller. Got to get some food in my belly. All right, guys, looks like some other drivers chose to come back in with the pits still open back around the second time and take some tires on their cars after filling up. So we'll see how that plays out here. Heck yeah, got the jacket on. Let's go. Whoop, whoop. Heck yeah. Represent, baby, baby.
It was one of the most challenging things I've ever done, and the amount of driving and seat time. Because everyone says, "Oh, NASCAR, just turn left or whatever." Not you guys, but like from the outside. From the outside. And I look at guys. Juan Montoya was like coming in from F1, coming in from Indy, coming in from dirt track, and all this other stuff, and nobody holds a candle to NASCAR drivers on a NASCAR course.
Kevin Harvick's Happy Hour, new episode Tuesdays and Thursdays on your favorite podcast platform.
Yeah, it was fun that was our first live show, and we did that right out here in the Midway on Thursday. So Travis.
All right, guys, getting ready to get back to the racing here. Thank you for hanging out on the channel. Appreciate y'all showing some love, showing some love.
Great.
Good time.
Connor Zillich has been in the garage and back out on track. Cody Ware with a long stop. Austin Dillon went to the garage for repairs. So did Chase Briscoe. Now, Busch Light's giving away $500 every lap that ends in a 1. That's $20,000 total prize money during the 500. Follow @Busch Beer on social media and enter by commenting #Busch-for-Cash, #sweepstakes for your chance to win. Justin Allgaier back out on track. Took left side tires. That's why he's back out in 9th place after coming in up front. Here's the radio.
Love seeing that thing out front. I knew you'd love that. That was pretty awesome. Thanks, Dale. Took me a lot longer to get up there than I wanted for you, but glad we got it. Oh, that was fun to watch the process. Good job.
How about that? Dale Earnhardt checking in on his driver, Dale Earnhardt Jr. in Junior Motorsports. Here with their driver, Justin Allgaier in the number 40 Chevrolet, looking to win the Daytona 500.
There he is.
There's Dale. What's up, Dale Earnhardt Jr.? What's up, Junior? We love you, Junior.
Fun to see that car on the racetrack and all the effort and everything that they put into this number 40 car.
So Josh Berry gets the free pass. We will restart with 35 cars on the lead lap. Here's our aerial coverage brought to you by Goodyear. Legends aren't born, they're proven.
All right, Larry Mack. Stage is set. The end of this stage. What are you thinking?
You just watch that stopwatch. Business going to pick up. Everybody can easily make it to the end now, to the end of stage 2.
Music to my ears, buddy.
That's right, guys. So on this restart, we'll see Ross Chastain in the number 1 Chevrolet next to Kyle Larson and the number 5 Chevrolet on the front row. Behind Ross Chastain on the top lane will be Denny Hamlin in the number 11 Toyota, and Kyle Busch will be in the 4th place position in that second row behind Kyle Larson. So here goes the pace car, and we are in the restart zone. And the green flag is out. We're back to racing here at the Daytona 500. And green flag in the air. Ross Chastain explodes out in front with an excellent push from Denny Hamlin there on the top side as we enter turn number 1. And a good runoff here as we see Ross Chastain hold on to that lead as we exit turn number 2. Coming down the backstretch here, Denny Hamlin with a nice push that inside lane, trying to find a way to get Kyle Larson out in front, and a big push by Kyle Busch as we enter turn number 3. Here comes Larson, side by side with Ross Chastain in the middle of turn 3 and 4. As we get the exit of turn 4, and here they're side by side, both of the Chevrolets coming down the front stretch, but Ross Chastain will hold on to the lead here with 38 laps to go here in the Daytona 2nd stage. We're seeing some other cars there towards the back trying to spread things out. We've got 3 wide and a lot of action near the back of the pack. Up front, Denny Hamlin gave a huge push to Ross Chastain and trying to find a way to make a move on the outside. But Chastain with a great block there on Denny Hamlin coming down the backstretch.
Cars fast, ladies and gentlemen. Very good at pushing. That is hard to do. Usually those things come attached. When you bump them, they'll drive off from
So Hamlin still giving Chastain a huge push, getting him out in front.
Is just controlling that distance to the car in front of you, knowing that you want to attach yourself off the corner.
You see Hamlin being very aggressive with those pushes to the leader Ross Chastain, and what Hamlin's trying to do is get Chastain so far out in front that he'll be able to make a move to the inside. But wait a minute, here comes Austin Cindric. Where did he come from? As he's now on the inside of Denny Hamlin. And look at business picking up. They've got the throttle down to the floorboards here at Daytona. And here comes Austin Cindric, who takes the lead over here in the Daytona 500 on the exit of turn number 4. But here's a big run by Ross Chastain on the outside. Denny Hamlin giving him a nice push, and there goes Chastain all the way back to the front. And now a bunch of these cars with momentum here, trying to get towards the lead. And up on the top side, that's Keselowski pushing Zane Smith, who won the first stage, up towards the front of the pack. And now Austin Cindric side by side with Chastain down the backstretch here. And we see Cindric goes up to that middle lane, the top lane. A big push there by Smith into Chastain. That number 1 Chevrolet now explodes out in front. And he's got the lead here in this one. We're 3 wide. It's getting a little sketchy here as we get down with 35 laps to go here in stage number 2. And we're about halfway through this race, guys. With 105 laps left to go here, we're going on another commercial break here, but we'll try to keep you up with the action happening on the track. Austin Cindric now with the lead as we see him get a nice push from Chris Buescher there on that bottom lane.
Got room for company?
Mm-hmm.
Got room for company?
Absolutely, we got room for company.
Okay, here it comes.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, the wife will be joining us here for NASCAR racing. And hey, guys, if you need some advice from your boy Tim Reynolds Show, make sure you get you a woman who will watch NASCAR with you, okay? That's right. That's right. You want to say hi to everybody, baby?
Hi.
Love you.
Love you
Cool.
too.
Not very often we get the wifey hanging out with us today, guys. All right, so we see here a good battle happening now out front. We're still on commercial break here, but we're side by side. And we see Austin Cindric now with the lead, but in the second place position, it's Chris Buescher in that sweet number 17 Ford Mustang. See the badass paint job on that? It's like orange and black from the number 17 car out in the front.
He's in the front?
Yeah, right there.
Oh, the second car?
Yeah, it's
nice.
like orange and black. It's pretty cool
like
looking.
Home Depot.
Yeah, well, Home Depot's orange and white.
Oh, okay.
Although there is one sponsorship that I miss being in NASCAR. They should have Lowe's and Home Depot.
They're
still
not in
over
NASCAR
there.
anymore?
No, they're not in NASCAR anymore.
Oh, wow.
So we see here's Cindric, Austin Cindric, able to hold on to that lead. Ross Chastain still up on that top lane, getting a very nice push here. But Cindric somehow, even without a lot of help out in front there, he's able to hold on to that lead just fine. We continue to race 3 wide here, which is getting a little shady, I should say, here with 33 laps to go here at the Daytona 500. Uh-oh.
Can I open the window?
Sure. Yeah. Cool it down in here.
Yeah, I'm a little warm.
You look cute.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as a matter of fact, you can keep that blind open too. Gets a little more light in here. Oh, and ladies and gentlemen, here coming down the front stretch, it's Shane Van Gisbergen, who's now on the inside of Ross Chastain here. As Austin Cindric gets shuffled back, he's now on the top lane. Here comes SVG. And oh my goodness, he's side by side in that number 97 Chevrolet against Ross Chastain coming down the backstretch. And we're still 3 wide here coming down the backstretch as we're nearing the end of stage number 2. Ross Chastain goes up to the top lane to block Cindric. He got a big push that got him loose, but it springboarded him out in front. And we've already had 17 leaders, 26 different lead changes, 35 cars now on the lead lap with 3 cautions in this particular race. Zane Smith, the driver of the number 38 Ford Mustang, was the winner of stage number 1. And we are 3 wide. Oh my goodness, Ross Chastain got loose there in the middle after a big push from Chris Buescher in the number 17 Ford Mustang. And Ross Chastain able to hold on to it. I don't know how he did that. And that number 1 got really loose, but now he's able to hold on to it for the lead. And another big push from that top lane from Austin Cindric. And still on the bottom lane is SVG, as that number 97 Chevy hugs that bottom lane very tightly here. Right behind him is Kyle Larson as Ross Chastain continues to lead this Daytona 500. And we're 3 wide here. Oh my goodness, and Chris Buescher got really loose. Did you see that? This whole back end of this car went like this at least 2 or 3 times. That was crazy. And Chris Buescher really loose off of that push down the front stretch, and now he's trying to get into the lead here. And there's Ryan Blaney trying to go with them. But Buescher takes the top lane here. But wait a minute, there's Shane Van Gisbergen, SVG, takes the lead away from Ross Chastain on that bottom lane. And those Chevys are together having a nice push there with Kyle Larson and Kyle Busch right behind the number 97 of SVG. And Shane Van Gisbergen now with the lead here in this one. And Kyle Larson right behind him in second place. And we continue to have a stellar race here in this one, ladies and gentlemen. And now SVG all the way back up to the top lane. Kyle Larson in tow. We've got 3 Chevrolets there with Ross Chastain up on that top lane. And look at the push by Kyle Larson heading into turn number 3 there as SVG leads his first laps of the Daytona 500 in his NASCAR Cup Series career. So now with 32 laps to go, we've got just over 100 laps remaining here in the Daytona 500 as we continue to try to get this race in. Some cars in the back still trying to find their way up to the front. Yeah, one of the purple cars is in the back. There's a bright one, though. Number 23 in the middle. He's the Toyota. No. And now we see Kyle Larson hops up into the middle lane and gets a big push by Kyle Busch there. And that could springboard Kyle Larson into the lead here. He's side by side with SVG coming out of the turn here in turn number 4.
The one thing I will say about Shane is his racing IQ super high. He's a studier. He understands.
Coming down the front stretch across the start-finish line, SVG with the lead, Kyle Larson in second, Ross Chastain in third, and Kyle Busch in fourth. Chevrolets dominating the top 4 spots here early on. If you want to, yeah. Just gotta want to.
And they both lean on Ross a ton with his experience.
I want you to keep an eye on the 8 car. Your pole sitter pushing Larson right here to the front, trying to reach past that outside line. Not necessarily.
So we see here on the inside, Kyle Larson now retakes the lead away from SVG. A big push by Kyle Busch helped the number 5 Chevrolet get in the front here for Hendrick Motorsports. But Kyle Busch is going to have something to say about who wins this race, or at least stage number 2. How about Chris Stapleton? The country artist is a big sponsor for Junior Motorsports and that number 40 Chevrolet. Justin Allgaier is trying to get up to the front here. He's now in the 7th place position as we continue to see these cars battle it out. Down the backstretch, Kyle Busch is side by side here with Kyle Larson. That number 5 Chevrolet, the defending Cup Series champion, has a big run there as we enter turn number 3. But here comes Kyle Busch. He's on the inside here in that number 8 Chevrolet coming out of turn number 4. Kyle Busch is right there side by side with Larson. And coming to the start-finish line, Kyle Busch will be your new leader here in the Daytona 500. And ladies and gentlemen, it seems early on in the run that the inside line is the faster line, but it does seem that that top line just gains more momentum as the runs continue to go longer here with the green flag racing. So it's going to be really interesting to see what happens here in this battle up front. Popcorn. It's kettle corn. Yummy. All right, guys, we're waiting to get back from commercial break here.
Yeah, it sounds like he stopped.
Cheers. Oh, cheers. Toast.
Cheers.
Boop. I don't like Arby's, but those Arby's commercials are making me hungry.
Oh, yeah. I like Arby's.
So here we go. Still side by side. Kyle Busch and Kyle Larson still battling for the lead here. Ryan Blaney now behind the number 8 Chevrolet as he continues to push Kyle Busch up towards the lead here. And right behind Kyle Larson is the number 97 of SVG. And right beside him is Denny Hamlin.
I thought there was 105 laps. Oh.
And we got 93 laps to go now.
Never mind.
So here we go, guys. On the inside now is Kyle Busch. Ryan Blaney right behind him. And up near the top is Kyle Larson in front of SVG. But Busch now with a very good lead here in the Daytona 500.
Pole sitter for the 500, fastest qualifier here Wednesday night. 21st try to win the Great American Race, and he's in command.
He wants it. Told us in the pre-race. This is his shot. Fast hot rod they brought him. His time to shine.
That's right, man. Kyle Busch looking for his first career Daytona 500 victory. The two-time Cup Series champion has the lead after gaining the pole. But wait a minute, here comes a big push on the top lane. Excuse me. And now Kyle Larson side by side with Kyle Busch here. Here we see Ryan Blaney with a big push to the back of that number 8 Chevrolet as Kyle Busch gets a nice shove back into the lead here. We've got 21 laps to go here in stage number 2 at the Daytona 500. 91 laps to go here in this race overall as these cars are starting to get a little bit chippy here. And up towards the front, still side by side, is the number 8 Chevrolet and the number 5 Chevrolet. Kyle Larson up on the high lane here, and Kyle Busch there in that bottom lane or middle lane. As you see, as they go up on the turns here, they're able to use the middle part of that particular lane and run to keep them close with that outside lane that continues to build momentum with how well they're put together here, guys. The draft is working really well with that top lane.
A couple times, and we know that Kyle Busch is capable of being a winning race car driver.
Here come the animals. The fur babies are here. What's up, guys?
Oh, he's gonna jump right on that one.
Now,
Oh,
he's on this
yep.
list to the right. He wants
Oh,
his name taken
there he
off
goes.
the list of active champions
No,
for that
midnight.
Daytona 500.
Look how many of them on that list are right up front. We said it in the pre-race.
Kyle Busch still holding on to the lead here.
I think it's a champion.
Oh, hi, everybody. What's up, Kitty?
Right there. Kyle Busch clearly is tired of answering the question, is it if or is it when for winning the 500?
There is nothing worse. When are you going to win a race? When are you going to win the Daytona 500? And he's kept his cool pretty good this week. Even on the set this morning during the pre-race show, he was still pretty together, wouldn't you say, Clint?
So really good racing here. Clean racing up in the front here as Kyle Busch continues to hold on to the lead in that middle lane. Up on the top lane is Kyle Larson. He's got a nice pusher there in Shane Van Gisbergen coming down the backstretch.
This race, both of them have been so close so many times.
Yeah.
Across the white flag, both of them have been in the catbird seat. All three of those cars that just haven't been able to capitalize and have the right moment.
So Kyle Busch really has his choice of what lane he wants. But right now, as we look at the miles per hour here, Kyle Larson's definitely a little faster than Busch is thus far. And now Kyle Larson's going to take over the lead here. And a nice push by Shane Van Gisbergen as they continue to go side by side here and exiting turn number 2. And coming out of turn number 2, going down the backstretch now, side by side, 2 by 2 are these NASCAR Cup Series drivers here in this Daytona 500 race. And there's a lot of contenders near the back of the field taking their time here with 18 laps to go here in stage number 2. 88 laps overall here in the Daytona 500 before we crown a 2026 Daytona 500 champion. What a good race we've had here thus far. Only 2 cautions, and these drivers have been competitive throughout this particular racetrack and matchup. And we'll continue to keep it going here side by side. How you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm great, yeah. You enjoying it?
Yeah, it's fun.
Racing's pretty good.
Yeah.
Can't wait till the next time we can go to Daytona.
Oh, I know.
That'll be so much fun.
Yeah.
Hi, Charlie.
Or even the Michigan one. That was fun.
Yeah, Michigan. And guys, if you haven't got a chance, Michigan International Speedway is also very fun to check out a NASCAR race too. Believe it or not, guys, on my bucket list is I want to be able to go and see a NASCAR race at every single one of the racetracks they've got going on during the season, and maybe even some that we don't get to normally see NASCAR racing at. So that'd be pretty cool to check out throughout my lifetime. And also, we're going to try to make it a little bit of a family tradition to go to the Daytona 500 every single year. But if it ain't the Daytona 500, we've already been to the July race, so we know how, well, I guess August race now. It's not in July anymore. I missed that. They should have kept that on 4th of July weekend. That's always really fun when they do that and have the fireworks show at night.
The fireworks,
I know, we did. Well, the rain. It was raining.
Yeah.
So they couldn't do the fireworks that day.
Yeah. And they didn't do it at night because of the rain. It was the next day.
Yep.
It was hot, hot, hot.
Very hot. Just like it usually is in Daytona.
But it was a really good time.
And unfortunately there, looks like for Chase Briscoe, he's going to go another lap down here as the man who was on the pole last year's Daytona 500 got caught up in one of those cautions, and unfortunately it looks like that's going to kind of make his day not so good. So not a good start to the season if you're the number 19 Toyota there of what's his name?
I don't know.
Briscoe. You're supposed to be following along.
Briscoe.
You're supposed to be following along, babe.
Was I so cute? What a ridiculous commercial.
Yeah, who could drive a trash truck like that? Nobody. And ladies and gentlemen, we got a big push coming down the backstretch here to Kyle Larson, who's looking to regain the lead here. But Ryan Blaney gives a nice shove to the number 8 Chevrolet of Kyle Busch as he tries to hold on to the lead here coming out of turn number 4.
Did I hear it sold out?
Oh, yeah. Every year the Daytona 500 gets sold out.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Central on Fox.
800th episode of Simpsons. That is so cool. Never let Simpsons die. So here we go, guys, side by side, coming down the backstretch here. Oh, Kyle Larson got really loose after a big push from SVG, and that's going to allow Kyle Busch to spring forward. A big extension to his lead here. And you can tell maybe SVG getting a little impatient here on that top lane, trying to get around Kyle Larson. What's up, Martin? He says, my first car was a Toyota. Heck yeah, Martin. So now we see Kyle Busch move up to that top lane here, trying to block Ryan Blaney, who's now in front of Kyle Larson. And look at all the trash on the track. I mean, for crying out loud. And you see here Larson trying to find a way to get around that number 12 Ford Mustang of Ryan Blaney. But here coming on the bottom side is Denny Hamlin. And Hamlin with a nice run here side by side with Larson, looking to take away that third place position. But again, that bottom line cannot get things going. It seems as we get further into the green flag racing and later in these runs, that bottom lane just does not stick like the top lane does.
The inside line kind of has that slinky effect and loses momentum.
And they're talking about it here, guys, on the broadcast. A slinky effect, if you will, with that bottom lane.
You see Busch go down there and he'll slow that lane down, but he wants to be right up there on that outside and stay in line.
5 Chevys, 3 Fords, 2 Toyotas in the top 10 right now. Closing in on the end
So
of this
Kyle
race.
Busch still staying in that top lane here with the lead.
Right here, I want to just obviously hold suit right here, and then hopefully.
And he's pushed out in front.
Start making my moves and go with the momentum.
So now with 10 laps to go here in stage number 2.
Ow. 12 laps back, but still to pile up points.
I don't think that's going to be possible. We see Kyle Busch still holding on to that lead. A big push down the back stretch here from Ryan Blaney in the number 12 Mustang. And Hamlin looking for a run there on the bottom lane, but he continues to struggle to get any forward momentum. You see here as they enter the corner, that bottom lane does get a lot of grip, but as we exit the corner, there's not a whole lot there of momentum to help that bottom lane. And they're a little disorganized at the bottom as well. And we see here Kyle Busch takes that top lane once again in front of Ryan Blaney.
Continue to see Kyle Busch switch lanes and doing a great job of controlling the front of this race and the lines as they get to him.
Yeah, I guess so. I get it. So you see there, Busch actually staying in front of both lanes here, taking his time on where he's going to block. And here comes Hamlin. He's side by side with Kyle Busch here in the middle of turns 3 and 4. And coming out of the exit of 4, Denny Hamlin has taken the lead away from Kyle Busch. And a great run by the number 11 Toyota as he's blocking Kyle Busch, and Denny Hamlin will be your leader here with 8 laps to go in stage number 2. 78 laps to go overall here as we see that top lane get a little swirly, and now Kyle Busch is in trouble. Ryan Blaney takes the inside middle lane and gets in front of the number 8 Chevrolet. And now Blaney right behind Denny Hamlin. They're on that top lane, and they're getting very aggressive here coming down the back stretch. And there's going to be Allgaier. Justin Allgaier takes the lead away from Denny Hamlin after a big push by Bubba Wallace. And look at that number 40 Chevrolet with a huge lead. And now on the outside, here comes Hamlin. Oh, no! Allgaier into the wall! And we've got a caution! And Gilliland involved. Austin Cindric, and there's the big one! Oh, my goodness! And everybody gets crazy here, and oh my, and we'll have to see what happens after this. And unfortunately there for Allgaier, he got in front of Denny Hamlin too late, and that's what caused the wreck there as Hamlin unfortunately takes out Allgaier, and that has a domino effect, and oh boy, there's the 48 of Alex Bowman. And Gilliland looks like his car is torn up pretty bad. And this is not looking good. Oh my goodness. Ladies and gentlemen, you have got to see this. Can we get this somehow? We've got to get this somehow. Okay. Look at that. Look at the cuteness. Oh my goodness. How freaking adorable is this? Oh my goodness. So freaking cute, babe.
Oh my gosh, it's a crazy wreck.
A lot of cars tore up in that wreck, people. We'll try to get through it here for you guys as best we can, but yikes.
Gilliland's 34 got hit at least 3 different times.
You see right there, I mean, once Hamlin gets in that position and goes for it on the outside, now he's got them all stacked up behind him. And
and Hamlin got loose too. Did what?
Oh, did he get mashed right there?
No, right there. Larson gets hitting in it. Gilliland's definitely out, the 34 Ford Mustang.
Look at all this smoke.
Yep. Some people blowing tires trying to stop.
Dang.
And here's the onboard cam with Joey Logano. And Logano, yikes. He gets beat up a little bit, but that's actually not too bad for Logano. He caught a big break there, if you ask me.
I think Larson might be okay.
Yeah, Larson did see some contact there to the number 5.
Yeah.
Right here, this is Ross Chastain. Ooh, you can see there the contact. And Chastain. Ooh, somehow. Ah, yikes. That was scary for Chastain.
Midnight, what are you thinking? Midnight?
Hey,
You want
Midnight.
me to get him?
What are you doing?
Do you want me to get him?
You might need to.
Let me stop.
Little pansy. You're so cute. Yes, you did.
And the Army's cam.
You did a
That stinks. It was going so well.
Buddha says, who's the 2 good-looking people in the back? I don't know if he's talking about the photo up here or or you guys.
You want me to get
Midnight, what are you doing? Besides being a menace.
Yep, that's my second name.
Yeah, I guess so. And oh my goodness, looks like Alex Bowman's day is over. His car is getting towed back to the back there to the garage area. So the number 48 Chevrolet for Hendrick Motorsports looks like it's going to be out of the Daytona 500 here, folks. So a tough wreck there for a lot of drivers. There's Kyle Larson. Looks like he's okay. I thought his car might have been a little more tore up than that, but that looks pretty decent, to be honest. Oh, and there's Ty Gibbs. Unfortunately, there's some damage for him. And oh, no, Justin Allgaier. The number 40 Chevrolet for Junior Motorsports. Unfortunately, there looks like his day is going to be done as they have to tow him back as well. And nope, look at that. The tires started separating.
Is that?
That's Kyle Larson.
Oh, man.
That's
yeah,
a bummer.
I saw him get hit in the front.
Yep.
Oh, man.
So we thought the damage was minimal on Kyle Larson, but it looks like that right front is pretty dang bad and tore up there for the number 5 Chevrolet for Hendrick Motorsports. And there's Austin Cindric as well, the number 2 Ford Mustang for Penske Racing. Got caught up in that wreck as well, a right front flat, some damage there to the body. And we'll see if they're able to repair it there in the pits. And you see for Larson, that's actually a new tire. So the new tire actually shredded the inside of the body after the damage that Kyle Larson received. And now they're going to have to figure something out here, folks.
He can't race like that, right?
Probably not, no. The aerodynamics are completely effed when it comes to that. Keith, what's going on, man? Hope you're doing good, brother. You are absolutely adorable.
Oh, thanks.
You are so spoiled. You are so spoiled, Charlie Brown.
He's another photo.
Where's he at?
Hi.
Where's he at? There he is! There's the Charlie Brown! Ooh, the good boy.
Oh, Charlie.
Yes. Ooh, the good boy. You want to hang out here and watch NASCAR with Mommy and Daddy? Yeah. Just right. Just right, boy. What a good boy sitting in his mommy's lap. Absolutely adorable. Spoiled rotten. Spoiled rotten. All right, let's get the camera fixed.
Sit outside, but yeah, I don't know. No, you said it. You said it. Because I was trying to tell you, like, he's got to come off the throttle to stay connected better. And then he got so far out there, and then, I mean, you were still spotting him. And he said outside, and he went up there.
Conversation between crew chief Greg Ives and spotter Joey Meyer.
Well, I think that this is an aggressive move by Denny Hamlin in a tight spot, but he's there, and he's getting a good run, and they were just talking about the 40 getting too far out, but Justin just comes up the racetrack, and that's really what.
Yeah, but that's on Hamlin, though. Hamlin's got to, you got to let up a little bit there or something. Can't just take out Allgaier.
Most everybody else is caught up in this.
Man, can't believe how many people got wrecked.
That's the big one, baby. Poor Allgaier, man. I was rooting for him. Junior Motorsports.
You pull back on the racetrack if you're Chase Briscoe, trying to get
The purple car made it through.
You never know who else is going to fall out of it.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did.
All right, we will roll under
Bubba
caution
Wallace.
to the end of stage number 2. Bubba Wallace will be the second stage winner over Ryan Blaney, Kyle Busch.
Look at that. Keith and his granddaughter watching us. That's awesome.
After a 20-car pileup that begins right here at the front of the field.
I thought it was just a fatty.
Do 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 This is gonna be the best day of my life. You are so cute. Yes, you are. So awesome, guys. Corey, you're number one, buddy. I appreciate you there, dog. Heck yeah.
I'm gonna drink all this before you have any.
Freaking women.
Hey.
Gotta pull hair out just to get this girl to share something. My wife has no meaning or no recollection of the word or the phrase, take your time.
What?
Yeah. She doesn't know what that means.
I do when I'm getting ready.
And that's why we're always late. Literally, my wife's nickname is, if it isn't Potato Queen, it's Mrs. Lateness.
I was trying to drink that.
Oh, well, too bad. I was trying to share it. Corey says, I want to be like you when I grow up. Appreciate you, Corey. All right, guys. So after that caution here, waiting to get back to the race. Just enjoying a little popcorn. Thank you guys for hanging out on the channel. Don't forget to please hit that like button and subscribe to Tim Reynolds Show.
The cat's wigging out.
Well, of course the cat's wigging out. He likes being in the room that he doesn't get to be in. Midnight.
What you doing?
Better behave.
Oh, no.
It's turning into a menace.
That's why Charlie wants on my lap. He wants a better view of the popcorn.
It is pretty good popcorn. Look at him stare at it.
Yeah, too bad he can't have none.
If not from the very front. And the carnage extends all the way back in the draft.
This is definitely not a new problem. We've seen it this weekend. The first one that we showed, I caused that one, spinning Tyler Reddick out. So
absolutely a crazy crash.
A product of what has always been here with the old car, more so with this new car. But you see right here again, tight hole right there for Denny Hamlin. But I think Justin Allgaier heard the spotter and the crew chief talking about telling him outside, and just a little late on getting up there and leaving too much space. And I think some of that is just not racing this car all the time. Different style of racing, different pace of everything is happening as we ride on board with Kyle Larson.
That second hit into Austin Cindric, the one that did all the damage to the right front there.
Yeah, but the fender's still on it right there. When he rolled around, you got to try to stay on the lead lap. But you can see it right there. So when he rolled around there, the tire blew out and ripped the whole fender and half the nose off. That's the one that's problematic for trying to get the thing repaired and be a factor for the end of this thing. I would think that's enough damage to probably take the win scenario out of the 5 car.
And that last shot.
So Ross Chastain, Austin Cindric, Kyle Larson, among the other cars involved in this wreck. Man, a lot of cars involved in this wreck, guys. Maybe about 20 cars, man. What's up, Doomsday? Hey, Tim, have you got... If you had to bet someone live to win right now, who you taking? Well, I do like my boy Chase Elliott, but he's near the back of the pack right now. That's who I'm picking to win this race. So, if I had to go with someone besides Elliott, I'd probably go with Kyle Busch. He's been really fast all day long.
Driver coach with him, Dario Franchitti, hanging with Jimmy. They're having a lot of fun together. And here's one of his cars, the Pie Barker onboard camera. For Jimmy Johnson, Legacy Motor Club, teamed with John Hunter Nemechek, the 4th place car, and Eric Jones currently in 16th.
This is that scenario that we talk about when they pull out there and you've lost your dancing partner. Now it's time to reevaluate, find who's left, and see if she'll dance with you.
So they'll take the green and white checkered flag, officially ending stage 2 as they come around this time. Bubba Wallace will pick up the stage win, his first at Daytona for the 2-time 500 runner-up. And you saw him in that crash sequence from Thursday night, where he said, one moment, I'm leading the race.
Oh, it's raining in Florida? Ooh, boy. Well, we do see some cloud cover here near Daytona. But with only 71 laps to go, I think we'll be able to get the race in before any weather gets here to the racetrack.
Hangs a left and boom, right into his door. So it can change so quickly on these super speedway races as to what your fate is.
Saving fuel under caution by shutting it off.
Of course you
Only
are.
one says a stage won the Daytona 500 since we instituted.
Now, guys, do keep this in mind. Even with the caution, and how about that, guys? Bubba Wallace is going to take the stage 2 green checkered flag here under caution, which means Bubba Wallace and his number 23 Toyota Racing team for 2311 Racing
They all matter.
will get 10 stage points there after that win. That's a big deal.
He got like the lead right as the crash was happening.
Yep, and it's called like just being in the right spot at the right time. And what's even crazier now, babe, is that these points are way more crucial than ever. Like before, you had guys trying to compete and win every stage, you know, just to make sure that they got the win. They did get some extra points, but now those points are even more crucial because of the chase. With the NASCAR actual chase to the championship, you need to rack as many points as you can get, and that because that's how you're going to get into the playoffs.
Oh, look at how cold the grass looks on the Daytona. They got stars and stripes.
Oh yeah, and as a matter of fact, I do even think I don't think it's a playoff like format. I think it's actually like you just stay in the points, and whoever's near the end of the points at the end of the season will have a chance to compete for the championship.
Huh.
The GM Air Transport Service logo on the rudder, and that particular car right there, which had a great life on the show circuit and experimental, became the basis for the Harley Earl Trophy that every driver has chased at Daytona since 1957.
Yeah, race is definitely going to be crazy here, Keith. You got no doubt about that. And a bunch of different guys now up near the front because of that big wreck. Looks like Kyle Busch was one of the few able to stay up front there. Looks like Hamlin didn't lose a lot of spots either. Right now, he's only in the 9th place position. But I do think we'll see pit road open here, which means everyone's going to get a chance to pit here. Now, guys, with 70 laps to go, there's still going to be one more pit stop that needs to be made after this one for these drivers and these cars.
Expected to have a little bit longer stop here as well. They want to make sure there's no small holes or anything in the nose of that car as well. Bubba Wallace in the 23 been fairly pleased, just a little bit too tight as the runs go on, Jamie.
Kyle Busch was the pole sitter for this race. Right front fender is cracked that they could see, but no fender rubs. They're going to take a little bit of extra time here, put Barabon on the hood and take that down. As you see him looking at it, taking extra time here, Mike.
Everybody getting Goodyear tires and filling up with Sunoco race fuel with Poet Zero Carbon Bioethanol. Getting ready for the 3rd and final stage of
Charlie, your breast stinks.
Hey, how about I don't brush them?
Yeah, well, you should.
I'm a dog.
Martin, do you like Formula One? Nah, I don't really watch Formula One racing, though, but thank you for asking, Martin. It's a tornado warning nearby Daytona, says Corey. Oh, man.
Snap.
You gotta watch out for that. We don't need no freaking tornadoes coming through Daytona International Speedway.
That would be terrible.
That'd be pretty bad. Pretty bad. All right, I gotta go take the restroom break. Ugh. Let's give them something cute to look at.
Aw, look at him.
All right, you two.
Can you fit around me?
I can fit. Woo, woo, woo. Good boy. Good boy.
Is Daddy coming back? Oh, hi. Jumbo boy. Jumbo boy. What's he doing, Charlie? He watched for you to come back the whole time.
Good boy. Good boy. You hanging out here in Daddy's office, huh?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Oh yeah, he probably was taking. Oh, we love you anyway. Stick your breath and all.
Taco boy. Taco boy. Yeah. You taking over the show now? Huh? You the star now? Is that it? That's what it looks like. Yeah, you the bomb diggity. You the cuteness.
Can I just have some popcorn,
Oh
please?
yeah.
One piece. Thanks.
Good boy, get. Although you're probably gonna need some water after that. You know, it's pretty salty.
Oh, then he's gone.
Flyers, thanks for staying with us. And as you can expect, who survives, right? That's what Kyle Busch told us when the day started. Survived the chaos of that championship. And so far, we've had a number of wrecks. 28 cars have actually been involved in total.
I don't think
We start out, William Byron going for that free feed. There were 6 cars involved in this on lap 5.
Yeah, never been a huge fan of popcorn, I guess. Nope, that's it, buddy. Just the one.
I'm kind of sensitive about
Zane Smith, his first stage win in a Ford. As he closed out stage 1, and then in stage 2, more trouble. 9 cars involved in this crash. Late in stage 2, the big one so far.
Oh, look at that. Buddha's saying, everyone, let's take over. Keith says it'll go 16, 12, 8, 6, 4 each week, and 4 cars will leave for the chase. Okay, so I guess they do eliminate people by the point system. And Buddha says, hello, everyone, let's take over. Wonder how many lead changes had so far. Seems like record pace. Yeah, we've got about over 30 lead changes, maybe even close to 40 right now, Doomsday, to be honest with you.
And we'll know in the next 20 laps or so how severe that damage is on the cars.
All right, thank you everybody for hanging out on the channel. Don't forget to please hit that like button, subscribe to Tim Reynolds Show, and also, guys, make sure you hit me up with those super chats if you have any shout-outs or NASCAR questions you'd like to ask, or if you'd just like to help support the channel.
Has been really good all day long as well.
Yeah, and with that weather, there is rain moving into the area in the next hour. Will it be a factor? Is there more of a sense of urgency? Let's see what our guys think with the race picks presented by Arby. Mike?
All right, Clint, you're up.
It's my turn first?
Sure.
Dude, give this one to me, guys. It's an automatic. It's the 12 car. I'm staying with him, Ryan Blaney.
Well, we've started that way today, so Team 12. Oh, yeah.
I can't believe
on board?
Nope. What? Well, 21 years of trying for Kyle Busch. You know what? I don't know how he's going to get back to front, but he could find a way to do it. And if he does, I think it'd be a very popular win.
I agree.
And we see there both Kevin and Clint going with Ryan Blaney, but Mike going with my other choice and my other pick here today, the number 8 Chevrolet of Kyle Busch. I'm rooting for either him or Chase Elliott to get the victory here at the Daytona 500. But we'll have to see what happens.
Truck Series champion, Zane Smith, Chris Buescher in that backup car. He's done a tremendous job with that car today. Currently in 4th place.
Told you he doesn't like that.
Topping off here on this last caution lap before we go green.
Larry, why would they be doing that? Is this weather starting to become a thing? Are we going to start strategizing around this?
The reason they're pitting right there, topping off, once again, go back to the top of the show. When they do make a stop, shortening that stop up because they got a little more fuel in there.
Working backwards, putting themselves in a position to have a full tank now, giving up the track position now. Hopefully on that last pit stop, you gain by having to put less fuel in your car for the very end of the race, which means less time on pit road.
So that's right, guys. A lot of strategy being played here.
All right, Corey, I want you to hold your position. I want you to hold your position using as little throttle as possible. But I do not want to run 40% and float back halfway. You do all you can to stay where you're at with as little throttle as you can.
Remember, this third stage is 5 laps longer than the previous 2 stages.
I'm going to put you up front, hold all these guys behind you, but I need you to do it part throttle. How you going to
How cold is it up there, Buddha? Right now, it is... It's not too bad. I think it's like in the 40s. Yeah, 42 right now. So we're actually... It's the warmest it's been in like a month or two. Yeah, we've been in like the negative temperatures, Buddha. Corey there in the jet for like a couple of weeks, man. So we actually got the window open here. It's a nice sunny day outside. So, and that's the one thing I love about NASCAR, baby, is that we get it like early in the afternoon, you know, like an early football game. And here we go. Pace cars coming off of the track. And with 65 laps to go, we enter the restart zone. And boogity, boogity, boogity! Let's go racing, boys! Yeah! And we're underway, and here's the restart. And Corey Heim, now the number 67 Toyota, out in front next to Bubba Wallace and his number 23 Toyota. As we see the Toyotas leading the Daytona 500 here with 65 laps to go. And oh my goodness, hi buddy. Look at our kitty cat wants to be a part of the show. He's a good boy.
Jumped up there from the ground.
That's so cool. And we see here, Buddha representing in the chat. We're side by side here, and we got Bubba Wallace and Corey Heim going at it. 2 Toyotas leading the front of the pack here at the Daytona 500.
And we saw right at the end of coming to 1 to go, a lot of cars went
so Bubba Wallace gets a nice push there from Chris Buescher, the number 17 Ford Mustang, able to help Bubba Wallace get out into the front here. And a lot of movement behind the leaders here as a lot of these cars try to work their way up to the front here. And remember, fuel strategy is going to be a big part of what we see from these teams going forward. A lot of cars still left in this race. And now we're here 3 wide as Bubba Wallace and Corey Heim hold down the front lane. The front 2 lanes, I should say. But Christopher Bell, about another row of cars back behind the top 4, has got a 3 wide going here in this one. And with 63 laps to go, doesn't it? So we've got 3 wide, and Christopher Bell going 3 wide with Chris Buescher and Corey Heim. Or I should say Herbst. Number 35, Herbst and his Toyota. They're right next to Chris Buescher in the 4th place position. But Christopher Bell's up on that top lane right now, trying to get some momentum across the top. Remember, guys, that top lane has been aggressive. And there's Chase Elliott working his way from the back of the pack. He's now all the way up near the 5th place position on the bottom lane. But here comes Christopher Bell. He's side by side with the 2nd place car, Chris Buescher. And here comes Christopher Bell on the top side. But a nice push from Buescher in the middle lane as we go all out here, folks.
What happened to Busch?
Kyle Busch is in the back right now. Being pit and got topped off with gas before this last stop.
Corey Hyman, his first Daytona 500, 12-time winner
Yeah,
and
we'll hope
champion
so.
in the Truck
Fingers
Series
crossed.
last year.
But my boy Chase Elliott, though, is in the top 10. So.
Oh,
and there's Corey Heim making it 3 wide with Christopher Bell up at the top here. We've got a 3 wide front row here at the Daytona 500. And all 3 Toyota Camrys as well. As Christopher Bell looks like he's going to inch out Bubba Wallace for the lead here. And no, Bubba will hold on to that leading position. But that top lane is getting a lot of momentum here. And Christopher Bell getting a nice push.
And we've seen him in this Cup car before. They don't have anything full-time for him, which...
Those are the Toyotas.
Because of the fact
So they're
that he's
highlighting
ready
their
to do
Toyota,
exactly
Toyota
what
Racing.
he's doing on Sunday, and that's running at the front of Cup races. So he's going to take advantage of these 12 races that he's got in this Cup car this year and everything.
Right now, 23 in the lead.
I think this
and 35 as well. They own that car.
he belongs, racing right here on Sunday.
So here we go. Bubba Wallace 3 wide with Corey Heim and Christopher Bell. That number 20 DeWalt Toyota up at the top lane that has a lot of momentum here. But Bubba holding on to his own here in the middle lane with Chris Buescher right behind him in that 17 Ford Mustang. And Corey Heim there on that bottom lane. He's got another Toyota right behind him, his teammate Herbst. But unfortunately, the number 35 Toyota cannot stay connected with number 67 there on the bottom lane. But here comes Corey Heim, a nice run coming out of the turn number 2 here.
2 miles an hour.
And as we go down the backstretch, Christopher Bell's the one who gets the big push on the top lane. But here comes Heim on the inside of Bubba Wallace. We are 3 wide entering turn number 3. So coming out of turn number 4 here, it's Bubba Wallace and Corey Heim side by side, number 67 next to the number 23. And these Toyotas are coming out here dominating late.
Some of the big milestone victories.
Oh, well, then you can go feed him dinner.
Look at him.
Thank you, everybody, for hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show. Don't forget to please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Who's your good boy? Who's your good boy?
Jedi are kind of early. He had a late breakfast.
Well, then just wait. Make him wait.
But look at him.
I know. All right, so we are 3 wide here up towards the front. 2311 Racing has got 3 drivers in the top 4 with Tyler Reddick back in 16th position.
That's exactly how you can manage and slow the field down.
Corey Heim now out towards the front here on the inside lane. But Bubba Wallace gets a nice run there as we get towards the checker. The start-finish line. So Bubba Wallace now stays in that middle lane as we enter turn number 1 here. 3 wide here in Daytona 500. And you see the guys behind the leaders there taking their time, trying to work their cars up towards the front to find some momentum. And you see here how close the times are between all of these cars.
And here's, you know the old trick where you're supposed to be rubbing your belly and your head at the same time, and if you can do all that, well, typically you're just driving straight ahead and trying to hold the thing wide open. But when you start having to look in the mirror, drive straight, and manage that throttle to try to...
Damn, boy! Jeez!
Well, I wish everybody could have seen you struggling with it, trying to explain that right there.
But my point is, it just adds another layer to everything that's going on when you're used to doing one thing, because you're having to look backwards as much as you are forward.
So you see here Corey Heim still on the inside. Here as Bubba Wallace tries to hold on to the lead. These Toyotas continue to swap the leading position here back and forth between Christopher Bell, Corey Heim, and Bubba Wallace. So that top lane trying to get working together here. Everybody's a little more spaced out than I think they would like.
How do you keep tab?
We got a couple of young kids that are learning. We got a couple of veterans that are going to be up front. But I think we have a good team. We have good leaders. And hopefully one of the 4. I take any one of the 4 to win, but I want to see us at the end, all 4 cars, which is very difficult, especially at a race like this. You just need to avoid the big one. But if we can put ourselves in a good position, you know, that's all I can ever ask for.
And that's an interview there by team owner Michael Jordan.
With Heim and Wallace leading this pack.
Check this out. This is
Exactly what Larry Mack was telling us.
And guys, look at this. The leaders are actually only using about half throttle right now as they try to save as much fuel as possible. And that's what you're seeing from the rest of these race car drivers here in Daytona.
You've got a number on your dash. This percentage right here is on your dash. And so not only are you trying to look in the mirror, you're trying to look at the dash and manage that number because you know that this could make or break winning the Daytona 500 if you don't put yourself in the right spot. So
that's right, guys. Those front drivers know they've got to work that throttle as best as they can to try to conserve gas mileage here in this Daytona 500 race. If you ask me, here's where some guys can get what I think a little complacent, where if you ask me as a race car driver, you need to try to go all out as often as you can instead of trying with this fuel saving mode that everybody sort of gets in here, because that's all fun and games until, you know, you're pretty much out of the contention of the race because of that strategy. So what's really going to play big into this one is whether or not we have a late caution. If a caution flag was to come out now, the drivers would still probably be a little bit short with their fuel mileage, but because of the way they're saving here, this could cut off a second or two on their pit stops coming up if we do have another caution. We will have one more green flag pit stop if we stay green throughout the rest of the race. We've got 54 laps to go here in the Daytona 500. Aw, babe. Yeah? They're showing a Chipotle commercial. Ah. I want Chipotle or Panda so bad. So bad. It's a long drive. It's a very long drive. Yeah, only. Yeah, an hour there, hour back. That's 2 hours. So now we see here Corey Heim on the inside of the number 23 Toyota here of Bubba Wallace. And they are keeping it close here on which one of these Toyotas is going to have the lead each time around. Here with 53 laps to go. When they hit the start-finish line here, coming out of turn number 4, it'll be 52 laps to go here at this Daytona 500. And thank you, everybody, for hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show. Don't forget to please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel.
I'm bringing a decaf coffee.
Oh.
Do you want coffee?
No.
Not even a regular?
No.
Okay. You need a drink?
I'm alright.
Is your done? Is your
Yeah, these are getting kind of stale.
Do you want me to throw it away?
Maybe. I can try to eat them later.
Mine's true. So put a lid on it?
Responsibly.
All right, so here we go. Back to the action here. Still 3 wide out in front as we wait to see which one of these drivers will pit first. And it's definitely going to come down to that. Once we get inside 48 laps to go, which is about 3 laps away here, that's where we'll see that pit window open up for everybody able to make it on fuel for the rest of the race once we get inside 48 laps.
Hashtag Bush Dash for Cash.
this week, he's taken his time trying to put himself in a position to be a contender in this one late in the race. So we've seen him. He was third in the 500.
Yeah, last year.
Last year.
Two-time Daytona 500 winner. 2 cars right behind Jimmy. Here's A.J. Allmendinger. Our Celsius onboard cam on board his colleague Chevrolet. And Eric Jones, the Advent Health Cam. On board his number 43. Saw Richard Petty, the king, earlier. Fellow who made that number famous with 7 Daytona 500 victories. So Bell Wallisheim with Toyota, Cole Custer, the 41. Haas factory team, remember they were Ford last year. They are Chevrolet this year, and they are the highest Chevrolet in this race. Here's his radio.
Let me try to save a little more here. Center off. So whatever you can do there. I'm going to give up spots to do that, probably.
I don't think you're giving up any spots. There's nowhere to go.
Right behind him, Ryan Preece, who led a lot of laps on Thursday night and kind of helped dictate this fuel-saving strategy. Because when he led nearly 25 laps of Thursday's race under green, his stop was several seconds longer than everybody else, and he fell from contention. And of course, everyone took notice.
And he hasn't been in contention today, but I think with all the carnage, I think this race to win is wide open. And you know, we know that Ryan said that he struggled after that car wreck to get the speed out of it that he wanted. So with everything that's happened, I really think that this race has the potential to have anybody win it.
And I'm glad you said that, Kevin. I was trying to do some homework here. All right, Chevrolet started with 19 cars. By far the winner of the strength of numbers, right? Toyota 11, Ford 11. Now you basically got 13 Chevrolets out there, 9 Toyotas, and 8 Fords. Much more even across the board and an even as playing field, as you say.
And some of those Chevrolets are torn up. So, you know, I think as you look towards the front of this pack, you see 1, 2, 3, 4. You see 6 of the Toyotas in the top 13, and you've got a few.
All right, everything working good, looks like. Sorry about that, guys. Had to check that out. Thought something was happening here with the live stream.
Look at the lap times and the laps to go. Larry Mack's calculator's been burning overtime.
Mike, I don't have a playbook. It's more like an encyclopedia right now. Because the window is open. They're coming to 47 to go. The window's open should we get a caution.
Yep.
But if we stay green, remember, most everybody pitted at lap 131, several topped off at 133, 134. With the way they're running the throttle right now, you should be able to go somewhere between 15 to 20 to go should we stay green. So why are they saving fuel right here? I do think they want to run it long, but I go back to the same theme we've had all day long. The more you save, the shorter that last trip to pit road will be. And a little update on the weather, it's about a third of the way across the state of Florida right now. I think we're good to go.
Okay.
All right, guys, so it looks like the weather may not be a factor here after all. But we're still 3 wide here in the front as these cars continue to try to only use about half throttle. We are within 48 laps to go, which means the fuel window is open for anybody to go ahead and take the risk here of trying to pit and fill the tank up. That will get them through the end of the race. So going to be very interesting to see what happens here on this fuel strategy game here as a lot of these drivers continue to just keep their cars near the front of the pack and try to focus on saving gas. All right, thank you so much, guys, for hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show. Don't forget to please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. As we continue to wait to get back from commercial break here, we're still 3 wide racing here at Daytona, but a lot of these drivers just taking their time here. It's a fuel strategy game right now, with a lot of these drivers only going about half throttle. As we can see here, I could possibly bring this up for you guys here as we look at one of the leaders here, Bubba Wallace. And you can see it right here, guys. Only about 60-50% throttle right now. As you're looking at that there, guys, you can see clearly that a lot of these guys are in fuel-saving mode. And still, even at half throttle, man, able to go 185 miles an hour. I mean, that's pretty dang good if you ask me.
Crazy.
Crazy. A lot of power in these cars.
It's getting a little cold in here.
Chilly, chilly, chilly. So, okay, guys, we've got 44 laps to go here in the Daytona 500. And which one of these teams and drivers will be able to come out on top as the 2026 Daytona 500 champion? We're going to wait and find out here at the Great American Race. And now we're starting to get some shoving going on here. And it looks like possibly some crew chiefs letting drivers know to start running it wide open.
25 cars covered by just one
Right, Mike?
on the racetrack. That's how close it is in this Daytona 500. Even the last car on the lead lap is only 1.8 seconds off the lead.
Restrictor plate racing is when they put a restrictor on how much horsepower the cars can get.
Elements to digest here as we get towards the end of this race, and you just
to make sure all the cars are evenly
and
matched.
you're calculating everything that you need to correctly. Josh?
Well, Justin Allgaier's day comes to an end too early. You had a chance to see it back. What was your takeaway from what happened there?
Well, unfortunately, I'm going to take 100% responsibility for that one. I hate it for everybody that got caught up in it. You know, it just really stinks. I felt like our number 40 Traveler Whiskey Chevrolet was incredible all day. And Greg Ives and this whole team have done a phenomenal job of building a race car that we felt like could come here and not only run up front, but lead laps. And, you know, I got to the top there, and I watched the run coming on the top with Denny, and I thought he was gonna push. I felt like that the lane was closed up just enough that he wouldn't try to go out there. And when I realized he was gonna go out there, it was just too late. And once we kind of, the air just got on the right rear spoiler, it just kept me turning to the right. And I hate it for everybody that got caught up in it because it wasn't what we wanted. But hats off to Dylan Hart Jr., Kelly and Hart Miller, everybody at Junior Motorsports for this opportunity, to have Traveler Whiskey back, have Chris Stapleton here. It was great to be out front and be in the Daytona 500, and all of our partners, the Hendrick Engine Shop, and we had big power today, and that was really what it came down to. So, we'll go back.
Poor Justin Allgaier, man. Tough racing here at Daytona.
I could have done better. I hated that everybody got torn up, like I said, but I'm going to take a lot of solace in the fact that we had a fast race car. We're going to the front.
Thanks, Justin.
That's Josh at the Advent Health Care Center. All right, 41 laps to go.
All right, guys, we've got 41 laps to go until we crown a Daytona 500 champion. The Toyotas continue to lead the front of the pack here. Bubba Wallace and Corey Heim continue to exchange back and forth between the lead here. Christopher Bell up on the top lane as well. And now you're going to start seeing the pit strategies here really play into the end of this race. The point being is because right now any of these drivers could pit and be able to make it to the end of the race on a full tank of gas. But right now, this particular run on their tanks should take them to about 20 to 15 laps to go, with everybody's got about 29 laps on this particular run. And remember, each one of these cars can run anywhere from about 36 to 48 laps, depending on how much fuel they're able to save.
And that can be a challenge at this racetrack.
Corey Heim on the bottom, back to the lead. The last time a number 67 led this many laps in a NASCAR Cup race, Jim Reed, Thompson, Connecticut, 1951. That car number.
All right, guys, 40 laps to go here. Still 3 wide with the Toyotas leading at the front of the pack here. Not much going on at the moment.
Pressure will be on the fuelers. Tyler Semke, fueler for Chase Elliott, the most valuable pit crew from 1 year ago. How do you get over the wall and make that timing just right to get your driver to the quickest stop?
Yeah, I mean, it just comes down to practice, what we do, and we're kind of over in this position. As you can tell, it's hectic right now. You just got to stay even keeled and hope for the best, and I think we'll do okay.
Like I can tell you, Tyler played football at Kansas University. It's a good thing. These fuel cans, 108 pounds that they got to carry over the wall.
Yeah, 14 gallons per fuel can this year. That's the new capacity. 3 by 3 by 3. As they continue.
That's right, guys. We continue to be 3 wide here towards the end of this race at Daytona.
The purple car is doing pretty good.
Yep, Bubba Wallace leading out front here. The purple number 23 Toyota from 2311 Racing. As we go side by side here on another commercial break, we're going to see what's able to happen here with these Toyotas out in front.
Still all Toyotas?
Still all Toyotas at the moment.
Oh, is Busch making his way up?
Well, right now, Kyle Busch is still near the back.
Dang.
Yep, but there's my boy Chase Elliott right there in the second 3 wide lane. I think he's, looks like possibly in like 7th or 8th. He's in a good spot.
Nice.
Chugga 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 chugga. Ka-chow. That's the way it is. It's the way that we live. So they're coming down the backstretch here. Corey Heim continuing to hold his position in that bottom lane in between Bubba Wallace and Christopher Bell. Now, Christopher Bell, if you ask me, probably could have took the lead a while ago on that top lane, which seems to be like the more aggressive and well put together lane right now out of all of these Cup Series cars. But right now, these drivers are trying to save fuel as we've gotten to 36 laps to go here at the Daytona 500.
I can't believe you jumped around in the back of your chair.
No, I can't. He's an adventurous kitty.
Get out of there, Charlie. You're cute. Yeah.
Too bad we can't have Chinese. I really want Chinese. Really bad.
Sorry.
I know.
No meatloaf?
Meatloaf sounds really good.
Yeah.
All right, so we see things have switched up here quite a bit. As we see Christopher Bell now has made it all the way down to the bottom in front of Corey Heim, as Bubba still stays in the middle in his number 23 Toyota Camry. But on the outside, here comes number 41, Cole Custer, in his Chevrolet. And that Haas Automation team switched from Ford to Chevrolet this season. And we see there on the outside, Custard making a nice run in the number 41 car.
36 laps to go in Daytona. Next week, we head to Atlanta for a doubleheader Saturday.
Heck
the
yeah.
Cup Series and the
Eco Park Speedway.
Sunday, the NASCAR Cup Series back for 400 miles of drafting at 3 p.m. Eastern on Fox. All right, new player up front on the outside, Cole Custer Chevrolet against Bubba Wallace's Toyota and Christopher Bell's Toyota. We'll see if things shape up. Now look in the middle row.
Baby.
5 cars back. That's the 6 of Brad Keselowski, and he's not happy with
I can't
his
believe
current
he's
state of events.
keeping the lead since the second round, right? He's been in the lead since the crash, right?
Yep.
Even with the pit, how do you get back in the lead after the pit?
4 Fords in a row in the middle, behind Bubba Wallace's Toyota.
How do you get back in the lead after the pit?
We're with you, Brad.
Well, just staying consistent and working his way back towards the front. Brad Keselowski in the number 9 position, getting a little irritated with the drivers here on the track, saying, hey, these guys need to start going more full throttle here. We're within the fuel window here with 34 laps to go. We need to get to some racing here, folks.
In 2023, Ricky Stenhouse was 19th at this stage in the race,
But what he
won.
what he wants them to do is have him push Bubba out there out front and get a run, and then spit him out, put him in the other lane, and line all those Fords up and go. It's a good play.
So we'll see what the Ford manufacturers try to do here as they're lined up in that middle lane behind Bubba Wallace with 33 laps to go here in the Daytona 500. We're 3 wide here all the way back.
You're starting to panic. You really are starting to panic, and that's exactly what he's talking about. Well, I'm gridlocked. No different than stuck in traffic on 77 in Charlotte. How am I going to get to where I'm going?
Well, and when you're that far back, you're really at the mercy of everybody else.
And we see there
Well, here's one of those drivers, Noah Gregson, number 4.
Busher trying to use the side draft.
NASCAR's so cool.
Roadblocks, he says.
Oh, go to another race.
We've been there.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, and right now Chris Buescher doesn't want to move lanes because he has all those Fords lined up behind him. So he's got a gap big enough to start changing lanes and start breaking free right there. But he's also got all those guys lined up behind him that he knows he needs to keep behind him.
Well, you're not going to have very many more laps to go, and you're not have to worry
Nope.
about it. You're going to have to start finding the
That's
problem.
right, guys. With 32 laps to go, these drivers need to start kicking it into high gear.
Former winner of the 500, 5 laps back.
So 3 wide, going all the way back to the 20th position, maybe even further. But up front, it continues to be Bubba Wallace leading this race here. And now side by side, Cole Custer trying to make a move for the lead here in his number 41 Chevrolet. He got a good push by the 60 Ford of Priest, but Ryan Priest not able to put Coaster in the front yet. But that outside lane's starting to get some momentum here, and now Buescher has got a lane open at the bottom if he wants to try to get around the Toyota of Bubba Wallace.
I just saw Bush's in 19. I just saw Bush's in, oh, he was in 19.
Yep.
Where is he now? Is he even farther back?
Yeah, he's further back. So we see here 31 laps to go. Bubba Wallace now with a big lead. Cold Custard is the only man right there near him to try to get back in this race.
Switching to Chevrolet and everything that they've done this year.
I think the game plan's working. Now you don't have those 3 Camrys holding everybody up. You got that Ford on the outside, and some action is fixing to finally start moving throughout the
So
field.
Cold Custard side by side with Bubba Wallace here in turn number 1. The number 23 Toyota continues to lead here in that middle lane. And we do see the last lap numbers there. They're starting to pick up here. So those throttles are starting to be used a little bit more.
As you start getting ready to start pitting, you're going to start thinking about, okay, what lane am I in? And you're going to have to be in that bottom lane. If you're in that top lane right now and your spotter starts saying, all right, we got 2 laps. When he said that to me and I'm in the top lane, I'm panicked.
That's right. And I think that's why you're going to see Bubba Wallace probably elect to quit blocking that Ford train and get down to the bottom with his teammates here before you know it.
That's so crazy.
Now, Thursday night, we had an interesting situation with green flag pit stops.
Yep, they're just staying 3 wide the whole entire time. So we see here Bubba Wallace continues to hold on to the lead in that middle lane, the top lane, has Cold Custard there in the number 41 Chevrolet.
Look at the closing rates and the speed differential as cars tried to merge back together into traffic at speed.
Yeah, and you want to create that serpentine so you send one high, one low, so that group of cars, that line of cars, has to kind of zig and zag through the group so they're not nose to tail, and it breaks the momentum, and then you're able to stop the momentum of that group and join them. So it all depends how many of these guys are going to come to pit road together. Are we going to see?
So still 3 wide here. Bubba Wallace holding on to the lead. We've got 28 laps to go. Cold Custard on that outside lane just doesn't have enough forward momentum to get past the leader, Bubba Wallace. But it does look like you can see these teams starting to work out their strategy here. No one's really gotten aggressive here thus far. Yeah, they're all trying to avoid wrecking and trying to save gas. It's just not racing, you know? Like, there's too much strategy and analytics put into race cars nowadays because they're just not racing anymore. They're trying to do everything else.
Still cool.
Still cool. So we hear that now, guys, as we're getting down to the last few laps here. Most of these cars are going to have to start making green flag pit stops within the next 7 laps. So 3 wide here. Christopher Bell at the bottom. Bubba Wallace in the middle. And Cold Custard here on the top lane gets a nice shove there by Ryan Priest in the number 60 Ford Mustang.
Right there when Cody Ware got into the back bumper. Ryan Priest got into the back bumper of his car right there. And I'm not saying that they got lazy earlier, but you can get lazy and make a bad block or make a bad push when somebody's trying to lift out of the throttle to save more fuel than you can expect. So you always got to keep your guard
getting into turn number 1 here, Bubba Wallace continues to hold on to the lead. Cold Custard leading that top line here in second place. And right below them, leading that bottom line, is Christopher Bell. But there we go. Bubba Wallace now drops to that bottom lane, and the Toyotas could be looking to pit here very soon. Looking for the hands coming out the window here. Nothing as of yet. But because Bubba Wallace is now on that bottom lane, this could open up the middle lane for Chris Buescher and those Fords. So Bubba, a really big lead now on that bottom lane. And now we see Chris Buescher there in the number 17 middle lane as he continues to try to work his way towards the front. Those Fords right behind him. And Barry, Grayson, and also Keselowski are trying to get that middle lane working up towards the front. And I think we're going to start seeing guys go to pit here. That bottom lane looks very wobbly.
Just like the lane, huh?
And so is Jimmy Johnson among the Toyotas. Kind of broken up there by Chase Elliott Chevrolet. But quite a group of them, should they choose to pit.
Guys, we're getting close. You talked about short pitting. We're within about 5, 6, 7 laps. They're going to have to start coming.
Yep.
Man, it looks like Busch is even further back.
Larry McReynolds was right. But now the good thing is for Busch, though, he's been back there after topping off, and he's been able to save the most gas out of pretty much everybody. So he's going to have like a two-second quicker pit stop than everybody else, just trying to fill up.
It makes it more difficult to get things.
You think he'll pit?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Everyone's got to pit. Nobody's got enough gas to make it to the end. Yeah, so everyone's going to have to pit.
At the same time?
No, it won't be at the same time, and that's going to be the strategy here. Is that you need like up front, Bubba Wallace is a Toyota. He needs Toyotas behind him or his teammates to make sure they all come and pit at the same time, because you cannot get back on the track here with Daytona if you don't have at least like 3, 4, 5, 6 cars with you to get that draft going, to get you guys back towards the front and back with that forward momentum.
Lap times are back. Just picking back up. We saw that 100% throttle on Bubba Wallace. And right there it is, back in his 42nd category, up to second.
So here Bubba Wallace now on that bottom lane. I think we're going to start seeing guys pit here very shortly. And Chris Buescher there in that middle lane. Cole Custard leads the top lane here.
Now you're starting to see some of that handling come back into effect when they're all trying to hold that throttle down all the way around the racetrack. These tires have been on there for a while, and they've been strategically going around the racetrack with their car and not having to be right on the edge. And now they're right on the edge, and you see those cars go up the hill.
And consistently in that
Do you
middle
think they're
lane,
going to get
that's where we
tires
see
and
most of
gas?
the trouble happen.
I think most teams are just going to get gas. Although, if there was a caution that came out, they would take tires right now, because we are starting to hear of some tire wear going on with the teams and having some trouble with the handling.
You get yourself with the right front fender out, like I talked earlier, and all of a sudden it'll plant that right front and cause that car to get loose.
So a lot of turbulent air in there as well.
There was somebody that wrecked earlier, not able to keep up with the pack, so it just got out of the way.
The characteristics of these cars in that.
So here we go. We've got 21 laps to go, and these drivers are going to have no choice. We're going to have to start seeing these guys pit within the next few laps. All of them will have to pit before lap 15. So we're going to start seeing green flag pit stops here, and it's always a little nerve-wracking when you see these cars have to focus on where and when they're going to pit, because it could lead to chaos behind them if people are not too careful and taking care of their race car and paying attention to what's going on.
Still a lot of experience behind these guys that they're going to have to coordinate.
Yeah, over 180 miles an hour. 190. So here we go. Coming out of turn number 4 here. It looks like nobody's pitting as of yet. So we have 20 laps to go here in the 2026 Daytona 500, ladies and gentlemen. And up front, it's Bubba Wallace. A big push there from Josh Berry to Chris Buescher. And the number 17 Ford Mustang may have a chance to take the lead away from Bubba Wallace here. And you're seeing the pit crew starting to get ready.
Just getting ready to ask Larry if you're Chase Elliott. sitting 5th in that line right in front of another Toyota.
Oh, and here we go. We've got the Toyotas. Looks like they're going to start pitting here. And here goes Chris Buescher. He's going to retake the lead here away from Bubba Wallace. And now those Fords have got a chance here. But wait a minute. Here come the Toyotas, and they're pitting here, folks. So the first 4 Toyotas pit. And they're looking to get some gas in the car. And Chris Buescher is now your new leader here. The number 17 Ford Mustang for RFK Racing.
Because that's going to be hard to be a leader in this whole pit.
Yep.
Give it all up, exactly. You want to try to put yourself in a position with the
especially with 20 laps to go, 19 laps to go.
Yep, tough, but you got to do it.
Are we done already?
Yep.
Holy cow.
Quick stop there.
Keep an eye on these Toyotas leaving pit road. The efficiency of pit road is coming in together and, more importantly, leaving together, getting that group bunched up as fast as possible.
They're not bunched up at all.
Not very efficient out of that group right there.
So, nope, that's what they just said. Not very efficient on the exit. But here comes more cars, I believe, to pit. And oh, maybe not yet. So with 18 laps to go, all of these drivers are going to need to pit within the next 3 laps.
That's crazy. If you can get back
right now,
to the
the
top.
only way to get these cars back together is for Bubba Wallace and Christopher Bell to just back up to them by going slower,
which is not a good option.
And now it's the Fords in control.
So the Ford Mustangs coming around with the lead held by Chris Buescher. And we're going to have to start seeing when these other drivers are going to start coming into the pits here.
We talked about it earlier. Is 4 or 5 pitting.
And no hands out the window here. We could see one more lap of these Mustangs going around before they pit. So they put a little hand out the window to try to warn them that they're about to pit. So people behind them can see that they're going to pit soon. Oh, we've got like 3 cars near the back of the pack who have chose to pit here. With 17 laps to go now. The cars continue to get shuffled up here.
That is not a very combined group effort out of Toyota at all. Really broke their group up. They're going to need some help and some cautions, or something's going to have to happen to put them back in this thing, in my opinion.
But the best thing that might happen for them right now is a caution, while everybody else, for the most part, hasn't pitted. That would be about the only thing that saves them.
And Chris Buescher has really picked the pace up. We're under 47 seconds now.
Good point.
He's putting the whip to it.
And when can a caution happen? When a big group like this decides to pit all at once? We've seen it time and time again. Might be just what those Toyotas need.
So now Chris Buescher out in front with 16 laps to go here in the Daytona 500. And these cars continuing to stretch their miles per gallon here, getting around the other cars that have already pitted.
That's 2 seconds faster than those Toyotas that just pitted. So definitely going to lose a lot of time from those first 4 Toyotas.
We'll see. Right now, it's anybody's race still because there's so many people discombobulated and not running correctly. So we'll see here, will the Fords pit this time around?
15 to go when we come back. Are the Fords coming?
And yep, here they come. All the leaders come in. Here come the Fords. And the Chevys will stay out onto the track here with 15 laps to go, which means these Chevrolets are going to need to look to get in and pit this time around. And we'll see how that plays out. Great communication there by the Mustangs. And that group of cars a lot better than the first 2 groups that came in on the previous pit stops.
Bush did it. He's number 1.
We've got green flag pit stops here in this one.
Pretty well organized.
What's the number?
Not the best. Not as much as I would like.
Yeah, you see Tyler Reddick right in the middle right there. So the thing that they'll have working against them in this
So that's the how long it takes them to run a lap.
That's not good. They did not do that very efficient at all.
So the Chevy's still taking one more lap here with 14 laps to go. And all that saving must have paid off for these Chevys in the back of the pack because they're continuing to run laps here as they need to get in and pit here to get more fuel in their cars.
I can promise you that's exactly what those Toyotas wanted to see, is somebody else slip up a little bit.
Well, they weren't. There was definitely more cars. They weren't as spread out as the Toyotas were, but
yeah,
it did take their advantage away of being in those 2 groups. Now it's just a matter of how long is this group going to sit out here and make more lap time on the groups that have already pitted, and how many of them will come together? Here they come.
Oh, and here we go. The Chevys are coming into pit. And that had a lot of cars off kilter there. No, Bubba already went, babe.
I mean Bush.
So right now, Chase Elliott takes over the lead. Logano right behind him, and Kyle Busch in third, followed by McDowell and Blaney. And we're starting to see which one of these groups are going to end up pitting here.
Leave pit road along with Chastain.
13 laps to go, and where is the leader?
Right now, it's Chase Elliott is leading, but he's not going to be leading long.
No, I mean the purple guy, the Xfinity guy.
Okay, there are 7 Chevrolets.
And now here we go.
3 Fords and Ty Gibbs Toyota.
And a lot of the Chevrolets pit there, but Joey Logano stays out on the track here to lead that last lap, followed by McDowell and his teammate Ryan Blaney in the number 12 Ford Mustang for Penske Racing. And we see there the Fords are now out in front, trying to keep that momentum going here.
They're really not doing that bad. It's not losing as much time as I actually thought they were going to do. Now you're seeing that serpentine of the cars that split out to try to make those big groups weave their way.
Ooh! And we almost had a near wreck near the back of the pack here. That was Carson Hocevar trying to get in the middle of those Toyotas, and it almost led to a caution. And we've got 12 laps to go here, and ladies and gentlemen, those Fords are going to have all the momentum coming around the track here. And it does look like Brad Keselowski is going to come out as your race leader after the people leading right now end up pitting.
All 3 right there. You got the bottom lane merging, you got the ones leading, and then the other ones led by the 21 car right there coming on them strong.
Josh Berry for the Wood Brothers.
And that means Joey Logano and Ryan Blaney have got to pit now as well. And they're trying to get off the track here, but they're going to be passed easily by these Fords. And now Chris Buescher to the outside, and dive bombing to the inside is Josh Berry in that number 21 Ford Mustang. And wow, we've got some wild racing going on now, folks. Yep. And now we see here 3 wide coming out of turn number 2. Ryan Blaney and Joey Logano in the middle of this mess as Logano tries to hold on to the lead here. But wait a minute, here comes the rest of these drivers. And now Noah Grayson's having to check up there in the middle lane, and he's not too happy about that. Logano gets easily passed, which means Brad Keselowski will have the lead here at the Daytona 500 with 9 laps to go.
Oh my goodness, the purple car is getting back up there.
Now Michael McDowell does have the lead, but he still needs to come pit. And right now, this means Brad Keselowski has the lead. But oh my goodness, here comes Reddick! Tyler Reddick on the outside. The number 45 Toyota has got the momentum on the outside, and he gets out in front of Brad Keselowski. And Carson Hocevar giving him a huge push. They're up on the top lane. And that 77 Chevrolet looks very fast here, folks. But Tyler Reddick is now your new leader here in the Daytona 500. And it's getting chippy. We've got 8 laps to go as we're getting a race down to the finish, and we've got contact. Christopher Bell runs into his teammate Denny Hamlin, and Bell's into the wall. And this is going to bring out the caution. And ladies and gentlemen, right when the racing was starting to get good, another unfortunate accident there.
He was the only car that had not made a pit stop. He's going to have to pit. Well, now, that's right.
And Christopher Bell, unfortunately, comes to a stop after that big hit that he took after getting contact from Denny Hamlin. Unfortunate for the driver there for the number 20 Toyota for Joe Gibbs Racing. Such a needy baby. Needy little baby.
And the Oklahoma driver has become a perennial championship contender. Ends up against the fence.
Yeah, and I hate that for Christopher Bell. had control of this race right up until everything cycled through.
Look who's back
Car
again,
right back here of Corey
again.
Heim.
Charlie Brown's back. Tell your friends.
The right side
He wants
of
in your
Christopher
lap.
Bell.
Yeah,
Man,
I'm sure you
John
do.
got lucky and
I'm
get
sure
hooked in
you
the left
do.
rear.
Jungle
But that
boy.
was just a push
Jungle
gone wrong.
boy.
From the 67
Built-in
car
tuxedo,
there,
huh?
Corey Heim.
Built-in tuxedo.
See it right there.
That's why he's the cutest. He's the bestest.
Yeah, exactly. Got to be centered if you're gonna push on those cars, and he's off center right there.
Wow.
And you turn the guy around, turn the guy sideways when you're like that.
And you see the damage on the number 11 Toyota Camry. Hamlin more than likely going to be out of this race. And you see up at the top of the screen, Hamlin just tried to come down and unfortunately got right into the back right quarter panel of the number 20 Toyota Christopher Bell.
You really hit that wall hard.
Oh yeah, you can see it here, watch. There's 20. 20 gets momentum, goes up front, bam.
You can really see the offset of the 67 of Corey Heim compared to Denny Hamlin.
And well, ladies and gentlemen, this will more than likely take us to a green-white checkered finish, and we could be headed to NASCAR overtime.
What's a green-white checkered finish?
So NASCAR overtime means that the green flag, then 2 laps to go after that green flag, the next flag's a white flag, and then the checkered. Now, with NASCAR overtime, you get unlimited attempts at the green-white checkered as long as the white flag doesn't come out. If the white flag comes out, then the next flag ends the race. So
interesting.
Yeah, because this wreck happened so late, we won't get to see the wild finish that I thought we were going to get a chance to see. Oh boy. Quit torturing the boy.
I'm not torturing him. He's fine. He's not phased at all.
This is cool. Have both of you guys hanging out with me the whole day streaming.
Yeah, we
This
love
has
you.
been fun.
Look at the goat. You missed him. He was cute.
Want to take him with us when we go to NASCAR.
Oh, he would hate it. He's a pansy. He would need earplugs. Put little muffs on him.
Well, I wouldn't want to be away from him that long, especially if we like go for the whole week like we want to.
Well.
Oh, he will be. You better watch what you say about my boy, okay? This dog's going to live to be 20. Betcha.
He denied you.
It's because I've already got a bunch. Jungle boy. Ooh, big yawn. Big yawn from the Charlie Brown. It's all about family here, guys. All about family. All right, so a big caution here at the end of this Daytona 500 race as we're waiting to see who will be crowned as the winner of the 2026 Daytona 500, the Great American Race. Please make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget, guys, you can also help support the channel by hitting me up with those super chats if you guys feel like donating or just any shout outs or questions you guys got for me here in the live stream. I'd really appreciate the support, guys. Not doing too bad.
You're doing great, man.
Basketball. It's time for some NASCAR.
Ooh, dang, that was crazy.
Oh yeah, Big Ricks.
Austin Cindric, the winner of the Daytona 500. Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Daytona 500 winner. The way to go.
It's going to be close.
Real winner will be the 24 Daytona 500. Are you kidding me?
Checker is waving. William Byron has won the 500 for the second year in a row. Those are the last 5 500s, and that's what's at stake. The Harley J. Roll Trophy. Biggest single-day prize in stock car racing. Byron trying to win it for the 3rd year in a row. That has never been done. Right now, he is in the top 5 behind Michael McDowell, who still has yet to pick. Carson Hocevar, Tyler Reddick, William Byron, Brad Keselowski. How about our leader, Michael McDowell? Here's his radio.
Everything off coming to 1
What?
Travis Peterson, he's a gambler.
I was just going to say the exact same thing.
So Michael McDowell's going to try to stay out there without pitting. I don't know how many laps he's been able to save, but this is crazy.
And I'm listening to Travis Peterson. He just told his driver, Michael McDowell, we are 3 laps to the good.
What?
And everyone else has stopped for fuel.
That means he's got 3 extra laps of fuel in his car.
And there's only 6 laps?
Yeah, but this will be a green-white checkered, but if they get a caution, he's going to have to pit. So right now, he's gambling because he's hoping they just get right to the white flag, and he's going to have a chance to win his second Daytona 500. This will be with the new team, but holy crap. And 23 different leaders today. That's a Daytona 500 record here today, guys. We just seen NASCAR history right here on Tim Reynolds Show.
Anybody make it 3 in a row? I was thinking about something a couple minutes ago. That Harley J. Earl trophy is pretty awesome. But that couple $1 million to win this race was way more awesome.
Now, before pit stops began, Michael McDowell was 31st, last car on the lead lap. He did not stop, and now he will restart from the front row with a chance to win the 500.
I love it, and that's what kind of we were talking about.
And here we go, guys. William Byron, who's already been into the wall a couple of times today, he's inside the top 4. We see Tyler Reddick alongside Michael McDowell, but we also got Carson Hocevar, who's McDowell's teammate, right behind him as his pusher. But don't forget, Brad Keselowski is the first of those cars that were able to pit. So Keselowski looking for his first Daytona 500 win. And here we go. It comes down to this. And the lights are off here on the pace car next time around with 4 laps to go. We're going to be racing here for the Daytona 500 trophy.
Basically on the last lap, and 3 of the last 4 races here in the 500
Yes.
ended in overtime.
Could be our last time to get to see it, so.
Well, we will restart with
Ooh, buddy. This is crazy. Oh my goodness. Yikes, this is so exciting, guys. Oh my gosh.
Well, you know I love seat time. I think the more that these young guys...
All right, so here we go. Michael McDowell has the lead in the number 71 Chevrolet. Tyler Reddick in the number 45 Toyota is on the front row there. He's got William Byron, who's the back-to-back Daytona 500 winner, right behind him. And I promise you, things are going to get real interesting here really quick. So here we go, the pace car coming off the track. As we enter the restart zone, fans are up on their feet here at Daytona. And entering the restart zone, the green flag is out, and boogity, boogity, boogity! Let's go racing, boys! And Michael McDowell with a nice jump. He explodes out into the lead. His partner, Carson Hocevar, his teammate, coming slow up behind him. But Tyler Reddick regains the lead here coming into turn number 1. And as they exit turn number 2, Tyler Reddick will have the lead here with 4 to go down the backstretch of the Daytona 500. So we see here a big push by William Byron. And now out in front in the middle lane is Tyler Reddick. And Reddick, oh no! He goes up in that middle lane, and there goes McDowell. He's up to the top. And there's William Byron retaking the lead down on the bottom as we exit turn number 4. 1-3 wide. Michael McDowell explodes out in front there on that top lane. And his teammate Carson Hocevar giving him a nice push as they explode out into the lead with 3 laps to go. And we see Tyler Reddick, unfortunately, continues to drop backwards. But wait a minute, Hocevar fighting, and there goes Logano. Logano on the inside, making it 3 wide with McDowell way out in front. But here comes Hocevar on the top. A nice push right into McDowell, and that top lane has it. And oh my goodness, there comes Eric Jones. Jones explodes, and he's now in the 3rd place position. Hocevar and McDowell are out in front. Teammates running with those Chevrolets as we come on the exit of turn number 4. As we get to the start-finish checkered line, there's 2 laps to go here in the Daytona 500. 500. Who will make the moves to win the championship? As we see here, McDowell still out in front. Him and Hocevar have a big lead here, but there's William Byron on the bottom line. Hocevar drops to the bottom along with McDowell. They've got a good 2-car length lead. McDowell out in front in the backstretch. And ladies and gentlemen, we got a big run on the top. There goes Hocevar. Hocevar right beside McDowell. Hocevar looking to take the lead. He does. Hocevar, your new leader, coming out of the exit of turn number 4. And as they go down the front stretch, Hocevar, who has yet to win a Cup Series race, will take the white flag here at the Daytona 500. And it's getting hyped up here, folks. The 77 Chevrolet just got hit into the wall. And look who's out in front. It's Ricky Stenhouse. They're going to continue to keep it green. The cars got into the wall. No caution flag. We've still got a race here. Chase Elliott explodes out in front. The number 9 Chevrolet with the lead. Zane Smith right behind him in the Ford Mustang. Are you kidding me? The final 2 turns here. Chase Elliott, the former Cup Series champion for Hendrick Motorsports, out in front. But here come the Toyotas of Tyler Reddick. A big run here on the inside of Elliott. Tyler Reddick right there. Oh, and Tyler Reddick is gonna win the Daytona 500. Oh my goodness. What a chaotic ending to that one. And Tyler Reddick wins the 2026 Daytona 500. What an adrenaline rush. Are you kidding me? Wow. Holy crap.
That was so crazy.
It looked like Chase Elliott had the race won, but contact there from Tyler Reddick ends up wrecking the number 9, and he ends up getting the victory here at Daytona. Wow.
I got my boy. That was insane.
The owners of Team 2311, and look at those tears.
And heartbreak for Chase Elliott,
Seriously.
who could not believe it. Elliott was my pick to win this race, and he came so close, man. Wow. Careful there, Midnight. What you doing, buddy?
I know that feeling.
Charlie, stop that. Oh my gosh, that was insane.
What a crazy ending to this race. We've got to see what the official run-ins here. Oh, man, careful, buddy. What's up there? Careful, Midnight. Oh, my goodness, he's walking on me. Come on, man. Hey, you going to get down or what?
Well, this is what we expect 2311 and Tyler Reddick to do. We talked about it in the
Wow, ladies and gentlemen, what a finish to that race. That was absolutely unbelievable. And Tyler Reddick wins the Daytona 500 as he goes to celebrate. And yes, it was. Sometimes that's all you need to win the Daytona 500 is pure luck. I mean, I tell you what, guys, that was an incredible finish if I've ever seen one here at Daytona. Still waiting to see the replay here, but Tyler Reddick is your NASCAR Cup Series 2026 Daytona 500 champion. And guess who else is got to be really happy? Michael Jordan.
Oh, is that one of his cars?
That's one of his cars.
Oh my gosh, he got so lucky. That's insane.
And it was no team effort. Reddick was the only Toyota in the top 7, along with 2 Chevrolets and 4 Fords.
Wow.
Yeah, Matt, 8-7, you're right about that, man. You never know what can happen to the end of these races, man. Look at the beautiful fireworks there. And we're still waiting, guys, to see the replay here to give you the final standings here in this one.
The animals are getting this as crazy as the race.
Well, they're like their daddy.
No.
celebration ongoing down here.
Now they want to play.
For Tyler Reddick.
Not in here. Charlie, out.
He's FaceTiming. Who are you FaceTiming?
Frank Bonsignor. He's normally our tire guy. Liz filled in for him. He's at home fighting some stuff. He wouldn't miss a race for anything, and they asked him to stay home and get healed up for the season. So, of course, he missed it, but it was really cool to be able to talk to him.
Tyler, last year, what a year for you. I know you were disappointed. I know you had things going on with your baby boy, physically, with the team and NASCAR. To get here right now in this moment, you're a Daytona 500 champion.
I know, last year was really hard for all of us, hard for me.
Wow, what an ending to that
when you're
race.
a truck driver and you get to this level.
Heck yeah, Matt 87.
You know, it's expected you win every single year, and for us to go on that drought that we did made us really look hard in the mirror, and just really proud of everyone on our Chumba Casino Toyota Camry. Worked really, really hard in the off season, and there was many points in this race where we weren't making decisions that we wanted to, but we just reset. And every opportunity that we got to resack, we went back at it, and just speechless. I didn't know if I'd ever win this race. It's surreal, honestly. Honestly, the best part is my son asked before the race, "Are you finally gonna win this race?" And something about today just felt right.
Take us through that last lap. You were all by yourself, no teammate help around you. And we didn't really talk about you much during the race, and suddenly you were there when it counted most.
Yeah, I know. I keep looking for my wife and my kids. They'll be here at some point, I'm sure. Maybe they're taking a nap. Who knows? But yeah, I mean, we had the lead there when that caution came out and lined up next to McDowell, and we just kind of kept getting hung a couple times in the closing laps there. And yeah, just every time we kind of break up, there'd be someone really with nowhere left to go but to push. And they pushed me. Obviously, my teammate Riley Herbst gave me a lot of pushes there, and then tried to win the race for himself as he should at the end there. And just incredible how it all played out. Just true Daytona madness. And just, man, it's gonna be a long night if I've already lost my voice from screaming. Just never thought I'd be a Daytona 500 champion.
He's getting emotional.
Absolutely. Can you blame him?
0.3 of a second of the leader. That's how close it was.
So we're still waiting to see the official replay here, guys. And I'm really excited to see what exactly happened here.
I wonder where he's going. Like you said, they're probably taking a nap.
Maybe taking a nap. He's got a very young kid. I think 2 young kids, if I'm not mistaken. So here we go. Here is the final replay here. So Hocevar had the lead. A big push there by Tyler Reddick as we got across the line for 1 to go. And on the top of the racetrack, there was a huge run, and unfortunately, Jones takes out Hocevar and McDowell. A lot of other guys got into that wreck, but able to keep the racetrack open, the green flag open, I should say. Elliott regains the lead here down the backstretch. Tyler Reddick somehow gets a little bit of help on that bump there by his teammate. Zane Smith riding the back of Chase Elliott here. And that's when Tyler Reddick would then ride into turn number 3 here in the 3rd place position. But carrying that momentum, he takes the outside away from Zane Smith, taking the 2nd place position. And then, unfortunately, takes the inside, but then gets into Chase Elliott, who then, unfortunately, got into it there by Herbst. And then takes him out. Number 35 did cause the wreck.
Well, maybe the guy that won, but I'm also going to go back in an attaboy to Bubba Wallace because he could have run completely over William Byron, but he pedaled it, cost himself a top 5 finish to avoid wrecking half the field there on that final corner.
That was really good driving by Tyler Reddick. Timed it perfect.
And the burnout there by the number 45 Toyota, Tyler Reddick, is your NASCAR Cup Series 2026 Daytona 500 champion. And guys, let's go over here as we look at the top 10 unofficially here. Looks like Ricky Stenhouse Jr. finishes 2nd in his number 47 Chevrolet. He is a former Daytona 500 winner champion. What's up, buddy? And then also Joey Logano finishes in the top 3 here in his number 22 Ford Mustang for Penske Racing. Chase Elliott, even though he got spun and taken out there on that last lap, still ended up crossing the finish line in the 4th place position. That's going to help him out as far as the point standing goes after week 1. And Brad Keselowski rounds out the top 5 here in his number 6 Ford Mustang for RFK Racing. Zane Smith, who got his first career stage win in stage 1 of the Daytona 500 here today. He finishes with a top 10 finish at the 6th place position in the number 38 Ford Mustang. We see Chris Buescher, number 17 Ford Mustang, finishes 7th. Riley Herbst in the number 35 Toyota finishes at 8th, despite wrecking a lot of people there at the end of that race. And Josh Berry finishes 9th in his number 21 Ford Mustang. And Bubba Wallace rounds out the top 10 unofficially here in his number 23 Toyota. So that means we've seen 2311 get 3 of the top 10 finishes here in this one. A great finish for 2311. What's up, Boba? Hope you're doing well. But thank you guys for hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show. Thank you for enjoying this live play-by-play here for the NASCAR Cup Series race at Daytona International Speedway. The Great American Race, the 2026 Daytona 500, has concluded with Tyler Reddick, the driver of the number 45 Toyota for 2311 Racing, your winner, and now can call himself a Daytona 500 champion. Thank you guys for hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show. Peace out, guys, and we'll see you next time right here on one of the most electrifying sports entertainment channels on YouTube today. This is Tim Reynolds Show. Now let's go. Peace out, everybody, and thank you for the love and support. And thank you, baby, for hanging out with us today.
It was
Thank
fun.
you, kitties. Thank you, doggy. Appreciate you guys. This was a family affair here, guys. Peace out, everybody.